boys.
Come on, let's get in there. Welcome to the
Let's
Top
go,
4 podcast. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal FC fan. I'm here with Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
What are we saying, boys? What are we saying? Transfer window open. Things are moving. Teams are happening. I'm good, bro. What are you lot saying?
I'm joined by Robinho, a Manchester United fan.
From Shore, it must be said, he loves to play in red and white. So listen close, it must be said, like Manchester, Rashford is red. Rashford is red. Rashford is red. Rashford is red. Oh, I love that chant. That chant is so sick. We love it.
I've never heard that before, you know.
It was singing it throughout the whole derby. We love this.
That's a great song. That's a great song, in all honesty. And I'm joined by Ernie Mack, a Manchester United fan.
It's been a long time since I did this. Yeah,
day. United are the team for me. We were there.
Anyway, give
a dog a bone. Why don't sit home? Simple.
United.
Oh my goodness. I'll tell you what, it was a derby weekend, as you well know, and it looks like both London and Manchester is red for the wins that we've seen across the country. We're going to kick things off, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's only right.
Hey, steady.
Let's kick things off with the league leaders, Oscar. The reason I said it's red because listen, we're top of the tree. Okay, we are top of the tree, 8 points clear of Manchester City, or is it Manchester United?
You can thank you can thank us very much for that.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I didn't want Man United to win, to be fair, because I don't want a third team to be in this conversation. I want United and the thing is, it showed you my hatred for Manchester United when I would rather want City to win than Man United to win, even though it meant City would be 5 points behind us and absolutely crawling on us. So it's one of those where, basically, 3 points to the Arsenal, winning at Spurs, first time they've won since 2014, and absolutely flawless. Probably our best performance of the season. At least the first half was, anyways, our best half of the season.
No way.
No, where are you looking at?
I think you were better at the Emirates.
We were home, innit? Okay, maybe best away performance then.
You dominated them at the Emirates.
I think at the Emirates, like, we will dominate a lot of teams when they come here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we will always be the better side at home.
Because you didn't have to be great yesterday.
Look
at the midfield they brought to you.
You know my thoughts about Tottenham Hotspur. We'll get into that, momentarily. Let's be very clear. But as for Arsenal, massive points. Finally, like my belief of what I think Arsenal are in comparison to Tottenham. I could finally now have evidence. I could bring the case, Your Honor, because
you finally done the double over them.
Yeah, finally done the double. Finally won over there. Do you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it was a very solid, strong performance. I was very, very delighted, very, very happy. And yeah, man, 8 points clear. The master plan was always go out there and hit them early because Tottenham starts slow. Arsenal are usually quick in the first half. So make sure you get it 2-0, half-time, game's done. And we did exactly that. And, credit to the players, credit to the manager, credit to the fans as well who were there in full song. And, yeah, man, I'm a very happy man. I'm a very, very happy man. The test out of this hurdle of Man United, Spurs, City, we've put one of them to bed now. So,
Peter,
on to the next one.
I know you're very, very excited, but we've come in hot. We're straight away talking about the champions elect. So we forgot to shout out to the comments. Big up Murad. He says, "Good evening to the greatest football podcast to air on the same day that champions elect is in full swing." Isn't that every day, Murad? Isn't that every day? Champions elect. Big up everyone that's here. A couple people are asking for Adrian. Where's Liverpool boy? Adrian is on his way. Don't you worry.
He said he's coming. He said he's coming. Don't you worry.
He's midway for a bench press right now.
He has not got away that. But yeah, a couple more comments from the Arsenal game. Lola says we were way better at home. At Spurs, we were clear in the first half and good in the second half. Not an ounce of me thought we'd lose once that first goal went in. And then Assad is saying, Pete, they're calling it light work lane.
Hey, listen, look, you got 1 win in 9, yeah? You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't call it light work, Lane, when it was light work this week. You know what I'm saying? It was light work this season. But yeah, like listen, what can I say, bro? We've gone to one of the top lot away from home and actually got points to take back with us. More often than not, we don't win away from home against the big lot. And, you know, they're few and far between anyway. But we're obviously on a trajectory where we're looking like, I couldn't, like, I was not nervous about this game one iota. I always thought we were going to beat them. However, to watch Arsenal play, to watch Arsenal play the way they did and how comfortable they did. I was looking at players like Zinchenko. Zinchenko was on a testimonial. He looked like, oh, I've been here before with City. We do this every year. Or, you know, even Thomas Partey. I mean, my God, if you think we can win this league title without him, then you're mad. Because as soon as he goes down or Xhaka goes down, shut case, you know what I'm saying? Open and shut case Johnson. It's one of those where it's over because they are so instrumental. Everybody was brilliant. Everyone was amazing. And yeah, man, it was great to just get one over them. A derby win, man. Even like a title aside, points aside, top of the league aside, beating Spurs at Spurs, clean sheet settings for Harry Kane. Do you know what I'm saying? Delighted. And the goals we scored, by the way, you should have seen the euphoria when we saw that it was a Lloris mistake. Oh my God.
No. Can we talk about this goal?
It was pandemonium.
Because every time I've seen it now, I'm still disgusted. Like, I'm insulted. How did you, as a goalkeeper, decide to volleyball it in? Like, what is this?
Yeah, I mean, they made the argument that there was a deflection, and you know that kind of took it off a little bit. But I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Saka should not have been able to get a goal there. Not one bit.
Yeah, but like I feel like we've all known that Lloris has had this in him. It wasn't a surprise to me. Like, it's a shocking goal to concede, especially.
I was annoyed. I was just annoyed. I was like, really? Yeah.
Let's see what I'm saying. Lloris' agenda continues. I mean, I don't see how it's an agenda at this point. Surely we just know that this guy has a bozo moment within him once, maybe twice, 3 times a season. That's who he is. So, but this is just pathetic.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, like, we were flawless. Like, the bottom line, we were flawless. And yet, at the same time, Aaron Ramsdale was man of the match. And rightly so, because he did some important goalkeeping first half and second half. And I think at the end of the day,
I think Lola said earlier, when Arsenal went 1-0 up, there was no part of her that felt like you were losing the game. And I felt the same way. I felt like once you went in front, that Odegaard goal, it was done in 20 minutes. But credit to the way that Tottenham came out in the second half, because they didn't give up. Like, they really did come out and try to take the fight to Arsenal. And Ramsdale was best to everything they put in front of him. Every Kane shot, Kulusevski went wide a few times. They did come out in that first 20 minutes of the second half and really give you something to think about.
Well,
but you weathered the storm.
Clearly, Conte stuck a rocket up at them at half time because they did come out the blocks flying. And there's a save. Ramsdale's best save was the Sessegnon one, because I don't know how he saves it. I don't know what, like, when Sessegnon goes through on goal, I'm not confident that he will score because I don't know him for scoring many goals. However, when he took the hit, when he took his shot well, and the save was equally as good, I thought, bloody hell, that save there has got us 3 points, no doubt about it.
It's mad because Sessegnon was like a wonder kid at one point, isn't it?
Apparently, so was Tyrone Mings, but we'll move on.
Okay, what are your thoughts? At the full-time whistle, Ramsdale got booted in the back by a fan. Murad said, let's speak on Ramsdale. Punched up that guy.
Look, I laughed out loud, but he's an idiot, whoever the fan is. Yeah, it's like, what are you doing?
This started from final whistle. Ramsdale turns around to the whole Tottenham stand.
That home end.
Like, pumping the badge, like giving them the badge. So antagonizing the fans. To which Richarlison comes over and he's like, what are you doing? Basically, don't do this to our fans. Then he goes to pick up his water bottle and this fan just kicks him. Personally, I feel like football's a bit of a pantomime, innit? Players should be allowed to give the fans as much as they get back. Like, I don't think Ramsdale did anything wrong. And then this fan thinks he can kick Ramsdale. That's a lifetime ban. Lifetime ban for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's so dumb. It's just dumb. You know what I mean? It's one of those where it's not even like, you know, he won't get like a 1-game ban or a year ban. That's a stadium ban, and he'll be banned from all stadia. Like, it won't even just be Tottenham.
From what?
From all stadia. So like, it's not even a case of like, you know, you could just say, oh, it's just going to be the toilet.
All right.
What's the matter? What did I say? Won't he be banned from all of them?
Oh, what is the plural of stadia?
Oh, come on, guys.
Yeah, it's a dictionary. The dictionary was there. Oxford. Big up Oxford.
Working for a stadium, that's something I cannot get wrong. That's something I can't get wrong. It's a part of my work. I cannot get that wrong. But yeah, if the thoughts I have about that fan will get us cancelled on YouTube, so I would prefer not to say. I just think it's just nonsense. It's just like, what did he think? Like, what did he think? Oh, I'm gonna get away with this. Oh, I'm gonna kick Ramsdale. All right, well done, mate. You're a moron. You're not gonna get to see your team ever again. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's a good question, because you can tell he was getting mad. He was probably like 4 rows up, and he said, "I'm coming down." He ran down, and then he got there, and it was like, "What am I?"
No, but he even jumped over like a gap. There was a small gap before he kicks them.
Yeah. Before he gets to the thing, he's on like the advertising board. It's just madness, as they call it, an act of madness. That's what it was. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, innit? Like 3 points, done it at the lane. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Listen, I'm gassed, bro. And the thing is, I don't know any Tottenham fans, so it's not even like I can stick it to anybody. Really?
You don't know a Tottenham fan?
No. What makes you? Yeah, I keep my distance. I can smell them. I keep my distance.
Today in the office.
Yeah, man. I keep my distance from them, man. There. So, but yeah, you know, yeah, man.
Do you know what I love about Peter? The way he balances the pasta and road personality.
What's up with this guy?
But said he's moving like Tory Laser's dad.
Oh, that fiasco. That fiasco.
That's crazy.
Right, guys, like, you guys are watching the best team in the country right now, and they're playing. I can't take you seriously. They're playing some terrific football, and long may it continue. Manchester United this Sunday is going to be huge, because it goes back to the Wenger-Ferguson days of 2 teams fighting for the title. Guess what? United and Arsenal, top of the table at the minute, fighting for what could potentially be a league title. If Man United are serious about this title race, then they have to come to the Emirates and beat us. Do you know what I'm saying? Or not lose anyway.
Bruv, we were driving through the ends looking for a party, and we found ourselves at the rave, bro.
Imagine.
We were in there. We didn't know.
I was deep in this today. Like what I can't say we're not in a title race. We're not gonna win the title, but it'll be silly for me to not say it, because let's say we win against Crystal Palace on Wednesday. That's 6 points, and then
you said we're in a title race.
I'm saying it could be.
I mean, Oscar, they're 1 point behind City.
You're 9 points off.
But I'm saying that we got a game in hand. We beat Crystal Palace.
But if City are in the title race, then surely United are.
Yeah,
is that how it works?
Well,
no. I don't judge title races until May. It's not May. Sorry, like between March and May. But if we're saying that Manchester City are in the title race, surely United are.
Yeah, but we've been trying to tell Arsenal fans they're in a title race for months, and they weren't having it.
Yeah, but we don't care about what they think. They are top of the league, and they've been top of the league from the beginning of the season. You're in the title race, bro.
The truth of the matter is, we're 8 points clear at the title race, and we're 1 game away from the halfway line of the season, right? So to say that we're not in a title race now would be mental. But I think with Man City are in a title race on reputation, not because they're close enough in points. I think City, for example, everybody knows there's still that another gear City can go, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, reality's setting in. And who knows? Maybe this is the City we're going to have for the rest of the season. I don't believe so. I believe we're still going to see the Manchester City we've been accustomed to the last couple of years, because really and truly, the last couple of years, City have kind of looked like this. It's just that on this occasion, Haaland is the main striker. He scores 20 goals. He scores the 20 goals. But I think the defensive mistakes, for example, and it's like whenever we talk about Man City, we always say Man City can get got. Everybody could have a go at Man City.
No, you're City, right. But
and City don't necessarily.
Offensively, they're looking like if City have been like 10-9 in the last 4 years, they're looking like a 7 this year.
Okay. I'd say you're speaking too soon on City, because I always feel like with City they might be a 7 up until a certain point in the season, and then they go to 9. I don't think they're ever a 9 from start to finish. I always feel like that. In fact,
it always ebbs and flows. But bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm looking at Haaland, and I'm looking at Foden, I'm looking at Bernardo Silva, and I'm looking at what's his name, Mahrez, and Grealish, sorry, and I'm like, something is not clicking here. Something's not clicking here, and De Bruyne. Something is not clicking with City.
Ernest, though, think about it like this, right? What we played, 18 games, something like that.
And 18, 19. 18, 19, yeah.
And City have won about 12 of them, let's say, argument's sake. I'm just throwing a number out there. 12 and 18 is bloody good form. And the difference, I think, between City and
everyone else, though.
Yeah, but Arsenal is, I think here's the thing, though. The enigma is Arsenal have only lost 1 game this season. Do you know how mad that is? Let's think about it. In 18 matches of the Premier League, you've only lost 1 game. That's not usually heard of at this stage of the season. Unless you do the Liverpool and Cities where they were going to 100 points, 97, 98 points. Again, freak years. Arsenal
last season, Man City lost 3 games by the end of the season. They've lost 3 already.
And we can obviously agree there's going to be more defeats. But I think
conceded
as well,
26 goals at the last season.
Yeah.
This season,
what they conceded now?
They conceded 18.
How many goals had they scored, though?
Currently, they've scored 39. Arsenal have... Sorry. They scored 46. Last season, they scored 99.
46? Bro, they averaged like 2 to 3 goals a game.
Yeah.
With 3 defeats.
I think what's happening, and this is just off the top of my head, I think City are scoring more in specific games than they did last season. But in the games that they're not scoring at all. Like, it's not a 1-2. It's like a 0. Like it's like a 1-0 hit, 1-1.
They had one. Sorry, I was gonna say they had 1 shot on target in our game.
At Old Trafford. This is with a Luke Shaw left centre back situation. That's what I'm saying. City as a whole across the season, they will be in the top 3. They'll probably finish at minimum 2nd. But my point is, what I'm looking at with my eyes, some of those guys on the wings, I've been saying this for weeks, need to be removed. Specifically, Jack Grealish and Phil Foden have to be removed. And for me, Foden needs to be put in number 10. Grealish needs to be sent back into the gulag. Because, bruv, he's not good, bruv.
So you think, for example, you don't think Arsenal just having a freakish year and it makes City look worse than what they actually are?
No. I think City had the initial push with Haaland, and he will probably, because I predicted 40 in the league. I think he's still got so much time for that. Yeah. But the point is, you're scoring a congested amount of goals per game, but there's certain games like United, who was the 1 shot on target they had? Is it Grealish?
It's Grealish's header.
Is it? It's like, come on, like what did Haaland do in that game? I've been saying for months, Bernardo Silva is not that guy this season. Mahrez, very predictable. We know you're going to cut in. We know you're going to do the Robin thing. You're going to push it onto your left. But outside of that, there's not much creativity. Jack Grealish, when he's looked good, but those have been way few and far between. Phil Foden needs to be put in number 10. This is probably the one time in my life I'm questioning Pep's tactical now. So I'm like, my bro, this guy's looking very ordinary on the left wing. Put him in my number 10. Kevin De Bruyne has not looked like himself pre and post World Cup. Is it a wrestling? Maybe this is the year they finally push for the Champions League and they actually win it. But in the Prem, boy, I don't know.
Oscar, do you agree with the people's analysis of City? Because obviously this isn't the only place that sort of speaks about City like this. I'm struggling to see, not No, I'm not struggling to see, because the way Ernest, for example, laid out how last season was to this season, there's clearly a difference. But I feel like on average, City in the last 5 years, on average, I think this team is still on par. Like the year they won the league with 86 points. Was it 86 points they won the league? And it was like, that was probably the worst City we got. So I don't know. I'm confused.
No, I like City don't have that air of invincibility about them. Do you know what I mean? You feel like you can beat them. I went to the game where they played against Chelsea, and obviously we're in horrible form right now, but we look like we could get something from that game. Like Ernest is saying, I don't fear them as much in attack. They are very robotic. I think they're lacking wingers that really put fear factor into fullbacks and make you want to, step out of your defensive zone. And then in the middle, you're just waiting on Haaland. And obviously, when Haaland gets the ball in the box, 9 times out of 10, he will score. But when that's your only route to success, it's very easy to defend against. So,
and do you think that's their only route to success?
As in, it's what they go for. It's their most lucrative. When City were flying and winning games, Haaland was scoring 3 a game.
That's an actual clear parallel. That's the parallel we've had with City this year. When Haaland's on form, is because City's on form. That's clear as day.
Lola says, I think people are scared to question City. They aren't the same as previous seasons. This isn't saying they're bums, but they're not as inevitable as before. Murad has been on this Man City downfall train for weeks. He said the problem is that the acquisition of Haaland, City have changed their playing style to funnel through him. They don't come across as fluid and as impenetrable as before.
You see, but okay. So what I find with City is, I think they've had 2 years in the last 5-6 years where they have been unplayable. But then every other year, I've always felt like we could always get at City. If teams attack City, you can always score and get at them, because the defense hasn't always been the most blessed in the league. But like, I don't know. I feel like at this moment in time, I'm looking at a City side that they're not even in their second and third gear yet, but yet they are scoring 46 goals. They got 39 points. They've got X, Y, and Z. That's why I'm a bit like, people are writing them. Are they writing them off? No, they're not writing them off, but they're saying that this isn't the same City. Whereas I'm saying, on average, City are not that much better than this. We've had 2 years where they've been outstanding, out of this world, and whether those 2 years are masking the other 5 years, I don't know.
Do you know what I definitely see? That even if that's true, even if what you're saying is true, I think with the eye test, I think the gap is closing from like an opposition fan perspective. Newcastle have conceded 11 goals this season. Arsenal have shown us that both defensively and offensively, they can match them. And they haven't even played yet. They haven't even played each other yet. But from what I saw last season at the Emirates, I was like, if the referee actually did his job, it's a different conversation. And that's last year. Now Arsenal are flying, and you'll find people that will say that at the Emirates, at least at the Emirates, I don't know about the Etihad, but at least at the Emirates, City will struggle to win. Even if they do, they will struggle to win. Because right now, their best midfielder is Rodri. I don't fear Kevin De Bruyne. I didn't fear him in that game. I feared Rodri, because Rodri is literally, he is the usher. Madame, do you want to have a seat? He brings the man them in. And I told you this last year, he was the best player in the league. Kevin De Bruyne is very much, he's become Mahrez in the sense that he's not a 90-minute man. He'll pop up for the big occasions, but he doesn't dominate midfields like he used to. So I'm looking at that thinking, you know what? City still have, they're still lethal. No one's going to say or deny that they're lethal. But there's a certain vulnerability there that I haven't seen before. Yes, over the years, they've had times when it's like, yeah, you can get at City. But this year, bro, there's going to be more L's. They're going to concede more, and they're going to lose more surprisingly than before. And that's what's surprising. That's all I'm saying.
Interesting. Just as while we're on City, obviously they played Manchester United. Abdi's got a comment that I find quite interesting, Pete. I want to know your thoughts. He says, guys, remember the reverse fixture a few months back when City slapped us? us being Man United. And Peter said that Eric Ten Hag ain't good enough. What now, bro?
Abdi, you don't know me clearly. I'm a person, like, I believe in consistency over time. That's my metric. It's why even today I don't even turn around and say, do you know what, I'm 100% behind my manager as such. I'm not 100% over anything. For me, it's consistency over time. When I see Ten Hag do miracle work the way he's doing at Man United over a period of time, of course you tip your hat.
But Pete, this wasn't a conversation of you saying you're not ready to back Ten Hag. You flat out said Man United hired the wrong guy and he should have been Man United manager. That's somebody who takes time and waits before making a statement. Yeah, because
you can have your precepts. He wasn't the guy before a ball was kicked. You understand? So like when the appointment was made, it's like, do you remember when Everton hired Lampard? I said, what on earth are they doing? What are they doing? And when he survived Everton, I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about them at a later stage. When he got them safe in the league, it was like maybe he's the right guy for them. And I'm like, just give it a minute. Because I don't know if you've watched them at the moment, how hell it can be. When the likes of, any Manchester United manager that's been there has had a high time. Maybe not even, only probably Ranić didn't have the greatest of times. Maybe he did, I don't know. But all those Man United managers have had a high season, have had a high
Moyes didn't have a high time.
Okay, not Moyes, of course not.
Yeah,
not Moyes.
Oli did, Jose did, Van Gaal did, yeah.
Are you saying this is smoke and mirrors, a flash in the pan?
I'm just saying, Stephen A. Smith, just wait. You know what I'm saying? What can go wrong at Man United will go wrong at Man United. So for me, it's a test that I'm waiting to see what this man is up to, and we're seeing what's what. You get what I'm saying? So if you said that he's not good enough, what now? I'm still in that position. I haven't changed from there. I don't think he's the one. Yeah, I can't go based on just this half a season and say
but I think Abdi's. I think the two of you are on two different spectrums. I think Abdi's all the way right and you're all the way left. But I think that the question is a bit because you don't want to judge Ten Hag and say he is now good enough now, because we've seen players improve under coaches before. We've seen this before.
Sure.
But you also don't want to go on the complete left and say, because of the 6-3 at City, we hired the wrong man. You want to be able to say, you know what? I'm waiting to see, because that's where I've been at. I'm like, I think I told Robin, I was like, if we finish 6th this season, it's a good season. In the summer, I said this. So if I'm looking at progress, the metrics that I would say, if I was to be like, oh my gosh, I'm in, is there has been a level of discipline that I haven't been in a long time. In the sense that Rashford has been our star boy most of the season, and Ten Hag said, you miss meetings, you're gonna be on the bench. And Rashford didn't throw it, he didn't do nothing crazy. You also look at the improvement people like Diogo Dalot. You look at people like Luke Shaw. Yes, I get onto Luke Shaw all the time, but it must be an indictment on Harry Maguire if a man can say, I'm not going to play the usual suspect centre back because I believe in a specific skill set that this 6'2", 6'1" left back has, and he's good enough to play left centre back with one of the backs in Real Madrid, and I'm going to play the two of them together. And even though people are going to look at it as a risk, he's looking at it from strictly a sports science perspective and saying, this risk worth taking. Those are the kind of things I look at and I say, you know what? We are like, we're more organized. We're the most organized we've been since Van Gaal. In saying all of that, I am not judging Ten Hag on a W against Man City. Why? Other managers are beating Man City. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not judging him off of, because this is what happens with United. When we go on winning streaks in all comps, it gets over exaggerated and exploded into this thing. If you give me Pep numbers of 12 winning games, 12 game streak in the league, calm. Do you see what I'm saying? So I think on both sides, the two of you are being quite extreme. And I think ultimately, if there's a reason to rate, like, because you're using the example of Lampard, if there's a reason to rate Ten Hag more than Lampard, is because Ten Hag's CV was the Champions League run he got with Ajax. It's 2 league titles with Ajax. Just what I'm saying. I've worked with Pep Guardiola at youth level. I think he's a year older than Pep. So there's years of experience there that you say to yourself, you know what, cool. So
was he not Pep's assistant as well?
I feel like
he was Pep's assistant.
I think it was Paul Clement.
It was the under 23s.
But
So
I think,
the under 23s.
I think Ten Hag was the under 21s coach.
Okay.
Yeah. He was an under 21s coach. He wasn't necessarily his assistant, but he worked under him basically.
The reason as well.
So that's the only point I'm making.
Yeah, I think for me, when it comes to Manchester United, and I give this same level of harshness and treatment with all the big clubs. When I think about Man United signing a manager, I'm thinking that Man United's ambition is to be the best in the world again. And so when I look at the kind of profile of manager they go for, even like, Chelsea, best in the world, City, best in the world, United, right? When I look at those people and how they negotiate and look at the kind of managers they go for, what they back, what they don't back when they get that manager in place, I look at this and I just think I don't believe he's the man. So I'm waiting to see change over time to see whether he changes my mind about that situation. As far as I can see right now, when I think of Ten Hag, I don't think of him being an elite manager. So therefore, he shouldn't be involved with Manchester United off the bat, because Man United should have elite managers. Hence why I give that same treatment to Chelsea and the like. Had he gone to Spurs, had he gone to Spurs, I'm not batting an eyelid, because him and Pochettino to me are like almost the same level.
I think your point would have been 100% true 10 years ago. I think your point would have been, if 2013, right, I would have said to you, absolutely. I think the difference now is that you're looking at 9 years of damage. You're looking at 9 years of damage. He said it himself in his press conference recently. Manchester United have got the recruitment absolutely wrong in the last 9 years. And the guy still has to fix issues like Alex Ferguson signings. Like, why are Alex Ferguson signings still here? So I think
big surgery for sure. There's big surgery.
It's a surgery, and I think that when you look at the current crop of elite managers around, and I also think the number is dwindling as opposed to 2013.
Quite possible.
So if you say that there's a small crop of every time something is of the best ilk, you always have a small number. When you say the top percent earners in the country, which are 6-figure earners, they're all in the 1%. So if you say you want the top managers for a big club like United, who does that job that Ten Hag is doing now, which is improvement of the squad, bringing in players that fit the profile that pushes United into a different trajectory, but also has the personality that they're going to respect, and also has the profile they respect. None of those managers are leaving Real Madrid. None of those managers are leaving Manchester City or Liverpool to come to Manchester United right now. So 2013, I absolutely agree with you. 2014, 15, 16, I agree. Today.
When did it stop, in your opinion?
Oh, after Jose, we were done. After Jose, we were done. So I think that when it comes to picking the manager for Manchester United, I think you have to look with the same lens that Arsenal looked at with Arteta. If you get Nagelsmann, getting a man that he wears all these Congolese jackets, he thinks he's better than he is. He's really, really like he's how I felt about Tuchel, proper hipster. Like he thinks he knows more than everyone, and it doesn't help his currency and value within the market of football managers. When it comes to how Arsenal picked Arteta, like this is for me purely an issue of giving a man time. That we've seen this guy. I did not see this coming 3 years ago. With Eric Ten Hag, wasn't my number one choice. I wanted Luis Enrique. I wanted Antonio Conte. Eric Ten Hag, with my little knowledge, has done more than I'm seeing that Conte doing at Tottenham. And he spent loads of money this summer. Do you see what I'm saying? So
say that again. Wait, sorry. Repeat that last bit again. Sorry, the comparison with Ten Hag and Conte. Sorry, I just missed that.
So I'm saying that Ten Hag has done more than I estimated Conte to do, because I looked at Conte's time at Chelsea with a different lens. I think it was 2021. Oscar said something to me, and it never left me. He said, Chelsea were not in the Champions League when Chelsea were not in the Champions League when Conte won the league. So I was like, okay, this really skews my view on how good of a manager Conte is, because Conte is a bad boy. Yeah. Conte is a bad boy. However, Conte did not improve. I can't think of a player Conte improved at Chelsea. I can't think of one player that Conte took from because go on.
Sorry,
Victor Moses.
But see, that's the one.
Did he improve him?
That's the one that pissed me on. He did improve Victor Moses, but what annoys me is people continuously say he came to Chelsea and he won the league with Victor Moses. Let's not act like he didn't have a title-winning squad.
Wait there, hang on.
He had a title-winning squad that he inherited from Jose Mourinho. Like,
and what players did he buy? Did he not buy anybody in that team?
He bought N'Golo Kante, who was a title-winning player from the year prior, and then he brought Victor Moses. We had him in the club. He brought him in. He brought in. I think we already had Marcus.
Did he sign Costa? No, he didn't sign Costa.
He inherited Costa, Fabregas, Hazard, Matic, Terry, Courtois. That's who he inherited.
It is the Conte magic, though. The Conte magic has always been that you feed him and he will deliver. It's never been about he's different managers are elite for different reasons, yeah. And Conte is elite because he wins. That's the eliteness about him. And if you give him the resources, even at Spurs, he will win. So
honestly, Pete, I disagree. I think that club is
where's he failed? No, I'm saying if they feed him, I don't think they're going to feed him.
No, because I think you can feed all of us here. Whoever's got the right flipping DNA, the right physiology, will be the one that wins anyway, because he's already got a head start. I don't think there's amount of feeding you can give, man, that will improve Tottenham to the point so much so. For example, win the league.
No, listen, we agree.
I think that club is cursed.
We agree on that. When I said he went to Tottenham Hotspur, that's the first time I've criticized him, because I question his thinking. I question his intellect. He left Inter Milan to go there, yeah? And if he thinks he can win anything at Spurs, he's got another thing coming. So, yes, to park that to one side. But I genuinely definitely think that had he been Manchester United's manager, we would see United a lot further than what we're seeing from them. I mean, it's early to say, but it's a lot further than what I would expect Manchester United to be. I think right now we're seeing a very purple patch. You think we would be less than 9 points behind you? No, what I'm saying is it's a purple patch today. Mourinho once upon a time was Man United manager. He was top of the league. That happened in December. You know what I'm saying? And yet at the end, it fell at the end, and then he turned around and said it's the greatest achievement he's done. It's one of those where right now in this phase, in this month, we cannot say or declare who's going to be doing what. But what I'm saying is that Conte is the manager and Man United give him the resources. I'm so sorry. We're looking at a very frightening Manchester United, because the same way I watched him walk to Chelsea and do what he did there, he walked to Inter. By the way, the Inter Milan job is not as easy as people would make it seem, because Simone Inzaghi's gone in there since, and even the manager previous to Conte failed. And Inter Milan only have one title in about the last 10 years. So when he walks in there, again, he picks up 1, 2, and 3, and then it's case close. Chelsea, yes, was a very well-oiled machine, and he brought in Kante, and it was like, open and shut case. He done the deed when he was there. I think he had a defeat to Arsenal in September. He said, right, I've had enough of this, and got his methods through, and he pushed them through the line. As much as he had a great team, you need a great manager, as it shows in these football clubs who have great teams don't always necessarily win.
That's definitely true. That's definitely true. It's not like anyone would have won with that team. So he's got that elite mentality. He knows how to push elite players to the top, which not all the managers have.
Oscar, he is a serial winner. Like it's not like he's got 1 or 2 trophy here and there. He's got like 5 league titles.
You can't.
Like it's not a laugh.
Lola said, had Conte been United,
I think the difference between Conte and sorry.
yeah, she says, had Conte been United's manager, they'd be playing bad football and probably still fighting to keep Ronaldo whilst bringing in more old men.
I mean, I don't know. I would have agreed with you when what made me realize this man is on another planet is the fact that he went to Chelsea and delivered first opportunity. Not like I'm building something here or, let me get my feet wet and let's see what's what. The guy went in there, he bagged the league and no team came close. By the way, if we remember 2017, who was the
you won 90 points.
Who was the contender?
Yeah, but City
finished fourth that year.
In 2015, Chelsea walked the league. In 2016, everyone and their dog was asleep. Yeah, and Leicester strolled through. That's just 3 years of dross.
Yeah.
Conte won 30 games. 30.
Yeah.
I think with Ten Hag, I think we want two different types of player, but I also think there's two different types of manager. I think Conte is very much clearly like a man manager. He wants men, he wants warriors, he wants like 6-foot giants, he wants Spartans,
dogs.
Whereas from what I can see with Ten Hag, I think he inspires all of that tactically. I think he brings a lot of that type of energy by actually teaching people how to do what he's asking them to do. I read a lot of what this guy does behind the scenes and stuff like he made sure that we were turning into a team that strengthened us. That has not been at United ever.
Say that again. Strengthen the what?
Van Gaal was the closest.
Sorry, I missed that. Strengthen the what?
Oh, sorry. Like he was very much keen on all of our players being stronger on their weaker foot. And the biggest evidence I've seen of that is Wan-Bissaka's 2-game, 3-game transformation of just like pure confidence in his dribbling, confidence in his positional awareness, confidence in his defensive awareness at the far post. Weakness is the far post, and I feel like those small details made players that Jose made me think were not good enough. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, so you actually do have ability. Do you see what I'm saying? There's players I've changed my mind on. Not entirely. Like, for example, David De Gea is distributing the ball the best he has in 12 years. Like I'm not as shook when Oscar. Think of
he's still trash.
I went to the Arsenal game. No. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I didn't say he's 10 out of 10. I said this is the best improvement I've seen from David De Gea in 12 years. When I looked at the performance we had at the Emirates, when we had Lukaku up top, Rashford, he missed 3 chances, Rashford missed 2. David De Gea was absolutely gutless. And I'm looking at his improvements since Brentford, for example. He's taken longer to make the long balls. He's passing shorter, quicker. So I'm like, there's small improvements that you have to look and say, as a United fan, that has to do with United fans who think that just scoring is good enough and we have to actually deal with the finer details of the game. I'm impressed by that kind of stuff. Bruno is making less mistakes. Like, that's an achievement. To make Bruno Fernandes feel like he doesn't have to do a Hollywood pass every time. He doesn't have to press on his own. And then you look at people like Lisandro Martinez, 5 foot whatever. People are now convinced that height is not an issue. Whereas at United, we were believers in height from Steve Bruce to now. Do you see what I'm saying? We are now more believers in technical ability, and we've been screaming for this since about 07, 08. The minority of us. But for the rest of us, it's been like, just get Ronaldo back. Do you see what I'm saying? Just bring back someone who reminds us of the old days. But bro, like you can't keep doing this. You have to evolve. Manchester United fans did not want Christian Eriksen, Oscar. We've had some of the worst midfielders in the last 6-7 years, and they said no to Christian Eriksen. This is the level that we're fighting against. So when I'm talking about Ten Hag, I'm like, guys, I'm by no means saying I'm Ten Hag in or out. I think them kind of conversations are redundant. But let's call a spade a spade. The improvements in results are not in and of themselves. Look at the finer details. Pre-World Cup, we were very shaky. Post-World Cup, there's a lot more confidence in our resilience in the game because we're making better passes. We're thinking about the game differently. We didn't give up against Man City. Just you know what I'm saying? Whereas I thought after Grealish scored, we lost the game. I said, Arsenal and City, I'm going to take 2 L's. Beat Palace, let's go home. We beat Man City. Well, like we did our job.
Very well.
So I'm like,
very well.
I'm not mad at it.
I wanted to comment on the game itself because I don't think we have anything else to say on the North London derby, really.
Going to the United game.
No, I literally was looking back on it, like from minute 1 up until again. First of all, we kept that midfield quiet and we came in with a plan. Fred was covering Rodri all game, making sure that he wasn't getting any sniff. Our back four was confident. Our front line was actually getting through the back four of City, something that we rarely ever see. Because normally when we beat City, it's like normally they fall asleep or there's a sucker punch, stuff like that. Like we were having chances. We should have been 2-0 up had we taken our chances again. And it was literally, and this is why I don't think we'll win the league, because I'm saying when we come to Europa League comes back, we still got FA Cup, we still got the Carabao Cup. Like we lose one of these.
We need to get out of the FA Cup
I thought
now.
we lost the game. Yeah. So yeah, our squad is thin. It's so thin, but it is playing very well. And I just enjoy the fact that we have a plan, we have tactics, we have ways to get around teams. And it's not even the small teams. Like this is everyone's saying, oh, we haven't played a big team yet. And Man City, one of the best teams in Europe. And we came through all like this. Honestly, I think it's a good time, United, and you can say it's purple patch. And I do agree with Peter that consistency is needed. But the fact that we're starting to get wins in a row, like what is this, 10 wins in a row? Like, when's the last time United has done that? It's not often for us to do something like that. And
we're playing well.
Yeah, and we're playing well. Yeah. So
it's in all comps.
It's
in all comps.
All comps get 7. Yeah, so we've got 7 leagues, 7 league wins in a row, plus the Carabao Cups and FA Cups. So yeah. Honestly, from minute 1 for minutes 90, could not say anything wrong with the team. The only thing I can say is that we fell asleep at one time when City scored. That's the only thing I can really say.
If that's Lissandro, where Casemiro is, that cross is not coming in. That cross is not coming in at all. But also, Abdi's wrong. I think our first game of the season we lost.
Who?
Brighton.
Yeah, we lost to Brighton and Brentford.
Is he saying every big team?
Every big team that's come to Old Trafford, Tottenham, Arsenal,
Spurs,
Liverpool. Yeah, he's right. He's right.
Yeah, we've beaten all of them.
I'm not talking about Brighton and them, man. Big teams, big meals. Is it? Are we at the point of the show where I can ask you guys your opinion on Man United's equaliser?
I changed my mind, by the way. I saw that goal has been given on one more occasion in England.
Yeah.
It was Arsenal-Chelsea.
It was Arsenal-Chelsea in the final where Alexis ran around and thingy left it. And that's how, I think it was in the semi-finals? I cannot remember. But yeah, it was at Wembley.
I heard about it. I need to rewatch that.
No, it was on...
Literally, it's the same goal. It's the same goal. It happened then as well.
So...
Chances are, I thought it was a fast end too, probably.
So
no. I think Oscar, my question honestly is, what is the outrage? Is it our interpretation of interference? Because I said Rashford 100% interferes with play. However, the rules state that an interference would be him actually touching the ball. Because my question was, as much as I don't agree with the rule, Why doesn't Akanji or Ake come for the ball?
So this is what I wanted to. So this is what I want to bring up here. So,
but he's
if
he's not touching the ball, why do you come and clear it?
Because Rashford's there.
No.
So we have two things. We have two things here. We have, what does the rule say, and what do we think is offside? And that's what I was trying. Yeah. So what I'm saying, if you look at the rule and what they're saying if he didn't touch the ball, even if, for example, even if he did a step over the ball, that's when they would have stopped it, because then at that point it's called an interception according to the rule book. So that's why I agree. But then when I was talking to Oscar about the angles, and that's when I agree with you, Ernest, about Rodri and Kyle Walker. When you look at when Bruno actually strikes the ball, like, they're actually far away from Rashford for it to be impeding on them. So that's when the City players were arguing, like, he's in the way. Yes, he's in the way of the ball, but the law states that he's not touched it. So are we arguing that the law should be changed, in which I agree with, or has the rule not been applied properly? Because two things can be the same.
I never understood interfering meant touched. If the word was touched, why wouldn't it just be touched? We wouldn't say the word interfering. He didn't touch the ball, but he interfered with play. We all know who Edison is. He's one of the most prone keepers for being a sweeper and coming out and clearing the ball. If a ball goes in behind his defenders, he's the first keeper out. The reason he doesn't come out is because there's a Manchester United player running with the ball. His name is Marcus Rashford. And if the keeper comes out, Rashford will simply dink it over him and it's a goal. He has to stop. So he stops.
No. But if he dinks it over, then they will raise it as offside. But my issue isn't the offside.
Also,
he doesn't know that Rashford's offside.
Oscar
doesn't know that Rashford's offside.
And again, but Edison,
doesn't add to the point. Edison,
no. But if you look at Edison's positioning,
he's playing Edison, Akanji, and what's my man's name? Walker. Edison, Akanji, and Walker are playing as though Rashford is onside. They are factoring him in every decision they make. That's why they're not closing down the ball, because Rashford has it. Akanji can't run at full pace and run in behind Rashford because he's going to get sent off. So he has to guard his run.
No, but if the referee's whistle hasn't blown, you have to go for the ball.
If it's a free ball, he would run at full pace and clear the ball.
No. But we've seen many times defenders go for the tackle, though.
Yes,
many times defenders go for the tackle.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
at the same time,
but that's a risky tackle.
It is a risky tackle, but you have to play to the referee's whistle.
They were playing to the referee's whistle. If Rashford
he's offside, but he hasn't touched it yet.
If Rashford was onside, they would have done the same thing. If Rashford wasn't there, they would have done something else. Rashford being offside plays a factor in how all of those defenders move.
No, I understand, but my point is the referees that have given analysis on this have said that interference text is him touching it, which he didn't. He didn't touch the ball.
Wait, that's garbage. That's garbage.
And that's when I commented to you, Oscar, that said that we can argue two things. Can we argue what has he impeded, or are we arguing a rule change? Because the rule, he's not broken a rule. Therefore, the goal stands.
Let me step in here.
But
Peter, your microphone's a little bit low.
You're quiet. But before you step in, I just want to say one more. I want to say one more thing before you step in, Pete. In terms of Edison, when they said look at the goal again, Edison's ready to save the goal. Like, he's poised and ready for both angles, for Bruno and Rashford. So he's ready to save.
It's for Rashford.
I'm saying in terms.
Pete,
but I'm saying, but he's poised, he's ready. So in the fact that he's ready to look to save, he looks like he's like ready to receive the ball regardless. And that's another consideration that they've taken. So
that's cap. That's complete nonsense. I'll be real.
But I'm saying all these rules. It's a grey rule. It's such a grey rule, and it shouldn't be.
How can you dictate Edison's movement?
It's subjective. That's the annoying thing about it.
But it's not subjective though. It's not subjective.
No, the rule is subjective, and because the referees have taken it that way, that's why I say it's wrong. No, Oscar. I'll tell you this: if it was the same thing, if the same thing happens to Man United, I'll be pissed too. Don't get me wrong. We are lucky to get it.
I'm a neutral. I don't care about Man United or Man City. I care about the rules of the game. Pete, go ahead.
Right. First of all, let's be very, very clear, right? The referee got it wrong. There is no justification as to how Rashford's goal stands, and I'll tell you why. Number one, the linesman flags offside because he believes Rashford is interfering with play. Number two, they then go to VAR to then overturn the decision because guess what? VAR is overturning situations if what? A clear and obvious error has been made. This is not a clear and obvious error. Let's be very clear because we're debating it right now, right? So that should be out of the water in the first place. Number two, I'll read you what Sky Sports had to say about this situation and what the rules are regarding the offside case. The incident in question, VAR check cleared Rashford from being offside in the build-up to Bruno Fernandes' equalizer. Did you hear that? Did you hear that first line? VAR cleared Marcus Rashford from being offside in the build-up to Bruno Fernandes' goal. Okay, so that's garbage, first of all. To the fury of the City players, blah, blah. Casemiro's pass through for Rashford appeared to find the forward in a clear offside position, but he didn't touch the ball despite the ball being right at his feet. And Fernandes stepped in to curl the goal. City were incensed and VAR had a look, right? And then it says here, what is the offside rule in this case? Question. This is from, I don't know if you lot watch the Refs Watch on Sky Sports, whatever it is, every morning. It's a load of garbage. But this is what it said anyway.
That's why I don't want it.
A player, the rules. So they put the rules up. A player in an offside position at the moment the ball is played or touched by a teammate is only penalized on becoming involved in the activity of play by, and here's the steps, interfering with play by playing or touching the ball, by playing or touching the ball, or passing the ball, or touched by a teammate. That's the point. That's the first point. Second point, interfering with an opponent in this situation. So basically saying that the defenders are also interfering with the situation. Like that Rashford's move interferes with either the defenders or the goalkeeper, right? And obviously when we look at the angle from behind Ederson's goal, Ederson looks at two Manchester United attackers. One of them's about to shoot. So as far as he's concerned, either or could have shot and you know, we could have had a goal there. Preventing an opponent from playing or being able to play the ball by clearly obstructing the opponent's line of vision. Challenging an opponent or the ball. Clearly attempting to play the ball which is close when the action impacts an opponent. By making an obvious action clearly impacts on the ability of the opponent to play the ball. I'm so sorry, guys. They got this wrong. The rule is very clear and it's very simple. If you are playing or if you are interfering or if you touch, you are offside. Rashford definitely did at least two of the things. Let's say one. I'll give you playing. I'll definitely give you playing because he ran with that ball. So therefore, he's playing with the game, right? And maybe Bruno's giving him the shout, leave it. It's, you know, you're going to be flagged. Leave it. Let me take it. And very cleverly, he takes the shot. He is still offside. The goal should never stand. It's a joke decision. The linesman flags because he sees two players. Because you know how many times do we watch a linesman not even flag until like the very end because they want to let the play flow and go on. They didn't even let the ball hit the back of the net. The referee flagged. The linesman, flagged. And then they took it to VAR to say that is an error. We need to address the situation. Guys, this is the biggest BS rule I've ever seen. And also, I've seen Manchester City as well.
Pete, yeah? Because you know what it is, Peter? Sorry to cut you. I watched the game again on Sunday. The linesman raises the flag for every offside until the goal.
Interesting.
Like every time someone touches the ball in an offside position, then he raises it. And that was my argument when I was at work. I was like, well, then the rule for the offside that they changed during COVID, or was it 2019, needs to change.
Yeah,
because
it's like 2020. It's like recently changed.
When City played West Ham, first game of the season, Sterling scores and he doesn't know whether to celebrate or not. And that's why I'm like, bro, if a man's offside, raise it early, then we know. But when you wait for play to happen, these are the kind of things that can take place. Because I watched the game every single time a United or City player was offside, flag was raised the minute he touches the ball. The problem with the rule is I think it confuses fans as much as referees. That's what I think.
But Ernest,
referees need to do their job. But yeah,
Ernest, think about it though. Yeah, interfering with play is a sketchy one because only the player.
It's subjective
and the defender could.
subjective.
But the other element of this rule, besides touching the ball and interfering, it says playing. If the player is playing, my friend, I saw Rashford run. He is playing.
What does playing mean again?
It just says if you're either interfering with play, you touch the ball, or playing. That's what it says.
What does playing mean?
Well, I take that to mean that you're participating in the action. There's an attack on for Manchester United, and Marcus Rashford is running. Do you remember the time when Thierry Henry? There was a time years ago at Highbury. Henry is standing offside, and he raises both hands in the air. He stands still. Yeah, and I think Perez goes on the left-hand side, buries the Leeds United goalkeeper, whoever it was, right? That is a clear indication. In fact, he did it against Spurs at White Hart Lane as well. That is a very clear indication of somebody not participating in the play. Marcus Rashford went toe-to-toe with Bruno Fernandes in a race for that ball. He played the ball. He's offside. They flagged offside. We don't need to look at VAR because it wasn't a clear and obvious error. It was not. So my argument about VAR, full stop, is VAR is a loaded wash only because the people that make the rules don't even interpret their own rules properly. That's the problem. The rules are clear. The rules are very simple and clear. We all know Rashford's offside. We all know he's interfering with play.
Rashford's offside and he's interfering with play.
We know this.
But referees on I think it was the one lady on CBS was saying no, he is not interfering with play, because he did not touch the ball.
Can I?
That's
that line that has come out this weekend of if you don't touch the ball, you're not interfering. I don't know where that's come from, because that's just never.
It didn't say in this rule book here. It didn't say in this rule book here.
An example of it happened in the game I was watching, the Chelsea game this week. It's not going to be a pointed example because nobody scored. But what happened was Chelsea had a corner. The ball comes out, so all the players are in the box. Yeah. Chalobah is standing offside. He's standing by the last line of defense, right? In front of the goal, offside. The ball comes in the air. The Palace defender heads it away. He only heads it because Chalobah's behind him. But Chalobah was offside. The header falls to Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva has a shot on target. Chelsea are about to get a corner because it's saved and goes wide. The flag goes up. The flag went up because Chalobah was offside. The ball did not touch Chalobah's head, but he was offside. The defender had to clear the ball because he was there. And I'm saying...
Oscar, you know what? I've also seen this to know that happened before. This is during the Messi, Suarez, Neymar era. Yeah? Messi is having a picnic offside. There's literally a back four. I think it's Villarreal. Adrian, you remember the game? Messi. Someone does a diag across to, I think, Suarez. Messi is now onside and taps, and the goal is given. So this is not the first, because I'm not gonna lie to you. Until I saw the video of the Sanchez one for Arsenal against Chelsea, I thought this is a new thing. I had never seen this before. 2-2s I have, but I just forgotten because it was so long ago. But again, it looks like a clear problem with the way the rules are designed, because from what different referees are saying, interfering with play looks to be subjective. Referees, that's the problem, because he's interfering with play, bro. If your leg is over the ball, uncle, I'm so sorry, you are interfering with play. But for some of the referees, Sky Sports have said yes, you are, and then CBS and some other ESPN channels have said no, you're not.
Well, America,
okay, cool.
So even if the interfering then gets put to the side, I'm sorry, there's another element in this. He's playing. No one can tell me.
You see with the playing thing, yeah, you know why I'm confused? How do you not play when you're on the pitch?
Like the Henry example I gave. He stands still, he raises his hands like to say, the Arsenal down to 10 men.
Uncle, you can raise your hands and tap the ball in.
You can tap the ball. Sure. But then you're offside. But if in that sprint between Rashford and Fernandes, if Rashford stops running and stands still, he's not interfering with play, and Bruno Fernandes scores. Edison can't have any complaints. The fact that Rashford runs as close to the ball to the point the only thing he doesn't do is kick it because Bruno Fernandes does. I'm so sorry. This is not a debate. This is a bent referee who got the decision wrong and should not be refereeing next week. Because it's the fact that they overturned. It's not like, okay, on the field, they got it wrong. They looked at VAR and they corrected it. The referee got it right on the pitch. and then they corrected it to be incorrect off the pitch. That's guys. That's a disgrace. That's a disgrace.
Can I read some of the comments?
There's been bare comments.
Pick up Baraka. He says Rashford making the run should be considered interfering. Assad says, brother, he blocked the defenders and confused the keeper. Lola is involved. She's also saying no one has said Rashford touched the ball. Robin Edison was ready to save Rashford's shot, not Bruno. And she also said it's not subjective. All you have to do is look at Edison's eyes. Who's watching his eyes? SW6 just kept saying scandalous. He couldn't believe it. And he also says it changed the game totally because City were in control in that period. And I think City don't lose after that. Yeah, I can't lie. When Grealish scored, I was like,
they were dominating.
I thought City were going to win.
So did I.
And that goal just spun it. Baraka says Marcus made the run in an offside position. That alone should be enough to raise the flag for offside.
Which he did.
Anyway, I don't know why I can't believe we're debating this, guys. Like I can't believe it.
Let's be real. We're only debating it because the referees, the ref watch guys that have come out and backed it because they're just backing the interpretation.
Did they back it though? Did they back it
4 minutes after it happened, Oscar?
Sorry?
No. But the thing is, the refs back it. The official referees, when I put in the group chat, they back it as well. They said it's fine.
But Robin, they don't enforce that week to week. That's the thing that annoys me.
They don't enforce the skin, bro.
They don't do it week to week. They
don't enforce what?
As in the whole, Rashford didn't touch the ball, so he's not interfering. They don't enforce that. People get called offside without touching the ball every single week.
But
this is exactly my problem.
This is it because the referees are trash.
Guys, on a real, guys, the referees are there for themselves. They're backing each other. When a referee makes a wrong decision, you've never seen the referee, the PGMOL, come out and say that referee is wrong. Every week on Ref Watch or every week on whatever TV you watch, they always defend why he made that decision. They never turn out and say, do you know what? He got it flat out wrong. The referee is a union thing. So if the guy, it's a case of if the guy does a mistake,
shout out to Endo because he's saying what I say every year. This is exactly why I don't give a monkeys about referees. I don't care.
No, but you know what, Ernest? Do you know what? Yeah, like I might have to become a football activist because I think at some point now we have to get referees have to be punished for these acts. Because guys, you know what it is, yeah? No, do you know what it is? Football is just a game, innit? Football is just a game, whatever, right? But referees are impacting football matches week in, week out, without fail. I'm so sorry. We need to go out there and actually start getting some sanctions.
Nothing will change, Pete. They have
to be sanctioned. Ernest, I've watched my club this season, get free fines because they surround the referee when the referee makes an awful decision. The referee makes an awful... You lot saw Oxford United last weekend. I think it was the handball.
Arsenal got fined.
So the players surround the referee because, by the way, you've got that horribly wrong. And guess what? He got it horribly wrong. Who got fined? The players for surrounding the referee.
I've seen the foul that was given for Martinelli's goal at Old Trafford. I've seen that given at least 3 times.
The Odegaard one.
No. Oh yeah. Sorry, the foul on Odegaard. Yeah, from Thing. Bro, I've seen that goal given at least 3 times after that game. That's why, listen, I don't care. When it's in my favor, I don't give a monkeys. Because you remember that guy that did the meme and he's like, if that's racism, that's the racism I like.
Do you know when I joined you, Ernest? Remember when I can't remember who it was in the FA Cup last season, and they got the most blatant handball ever against us, and they said the goal was given.
Forest.
I think it was Forest. I remember sitting on it. This pod.
Borough. It was Borough.
I was livid.
Borough.
I was absolutely livid. I said, you know what? Okay, cool.
Balogun was playing. It was
I'm gonna. You might not trying to be local. I'm gonna take you international. Real Sociedad at Old Trafford this season here. Lisandro Martinez is hiding his hand from the ball. The ball comes to his elbow. Penalty. I said, I don't give a monkeys about refs. I don't care about refs. None of them.
No, but Mandem, none of them. We have to be just. because Man City are knee deep in the title race, bro. And this, I was going to say a bad word here. This incompetent wretch of a referee has, in the VAR truck, has screwed them. He's royally screwed them. For me, Oscar summarized the point in the opening tap. Edison is one of the best sweeper keepers on the planet. There, he's kicking that into the Stretford end.
From where he is.
bro. But Adrian, you also have to think about the fact that last year, we were at Goodison Park watching Rodri of the season, and PGMOL said,
City have had the rub. Let's be honest here.
No, can't keep doing it. I've had enough.
AD, join me, bro.
It's personal for Adrian.
Odegaard had a penalty. Odegaard had a penalty. Gabriel got sent off on a fugazi thing at the Emirates. So you see me. You see when it's the corruption. This is the corruption I like. This is the corruption I respect.
I lost the league by a point that year.
Nah, man. You see what I'm saying? We got to have retrospective
lives.
Like, you know what? Yeah, you know, fans at stadiums. Fans at stadiums every week say that you're not fit to referee. They're not lying.
Yeah,
like it goes beyond bias. There's bias, and then we're seeing blatant, inept corruption. And we're not. No, and the thing is, no referee gets done. No referee gets done for anything.
In that Everton game, Rodri was traveling. It was
bro.
It was double
dribble, traveling, jump shot.
Penalty.
Oscar. I remember. I switched at David this time last year, especially with the game that Adrian has brought up. Where was it Ernest that just brought it up? Arsenal City on New Year's Day at the Emirates. I've seen bent referees for years. Even at that, nothing tops Chelsea against Barcelona in 2009. Nothing will ever beat that. That's by far clear, right? That's clear. But what I saw last year in the flesh as well, nah, man.
No.
I need Activism FC. I need to start up a charity.
It's not going to change nothing.
I need to start up a charity, right, and begin to get these referees done.
Yeah, do you know what's so funny? There was genuinely people saying that once we get video technology in, we'll have far less debates about referees, and it's just not the case.
Oscar, the VAR person is still a referee. That's the worst part about it. He's still a referee. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But
so
I don't want to take this away from what United did in that game in general. Because I thought, overall, we did deserve to get those 3 points. After everything from the start to finish.
Turned the game on its head and absolutely, just went through City. Literally turned the game on its head, bang, and hit City for 6. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to credit United, the way that they came out. And, even if they got a lifeline, they capitalized on the lifeline. You know what I'm saying? You still got to do the deed. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what.
And this is another thing that I rated about Ten Hag in general. Because as soon as we got the goal, because he was ready to bring on McTominay, all that stuff, and he literally said, once the goal was in, he said, "You know what, man, them sit down," because he knows something could be done here. And then as soon as the second goal came in, it was like, we've actually gotten through this. And
big up Garnacho.
It's weird. I love him.
That's around them,
No, guys, keep him away from the Emirates. I don't want him anywhere. I don't want him in London. Keep that man at old. I
was thinking. I said, the thing is, we got Palace on Wednesday. I'm thinking we cannot play
Palace
Casemiro.
Is way more important than Arsenal.
Because if they get the yellows, I'm just like, it's long because then they miss Arsenal.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather be Palace than Arsenal. Because we're not expected. No, hold on.
No, Oscar,
we're not expected to beat Arsenal.
Oscar, normally I'd scoff at that, but if United lose to Palace and beat Arsenal, it says more what's wrong with Man United.
That's fair. You lost to Palace and you beat Arsenal when you could have beaten both.
Yeah,
beat Palace. If it's Arsenal, no one can fault you. You lost to the best team in the league.
But I want my players to be there. That's what I don't want to lose Casemiro, if he gets a yellow, that's
And
it.
that's
he's
another
gone.
thing we have to think about. This is why I said,
Yeah.
come out of the FA Cup. Our squad is not big enough. It's not big enough to handle these games. It's not.
Yeah.
We're not Chelsea Football Club.
Arsenal need to we need to massage our players, boy, ready for Sunday, because Man United would have had 90 minutes in the tank. We need to capitalize on that, guys. We need to capitalize on that on Sunday for sure. And Palace is at home away.
We need to hand
Palace
a couple
is
more
at
brown
home?
paper bags to these referees
Palace
on
at home?
Sunday, man.
I think Palace is at home. Is at home.
You're at home to Palace. Okay.
Palace.
Yeah.
That should be light work then.
Well, you guys keep saying game in hand. Game in hand on who?
Only on Newcastle. I don't know why we're saying game in hand. It's only
Yeah,
on
Newcastle, and it's just Newcastle.
But if someone's played 19, you've played 18, you have a game in hand.
I mean,
Okay,
but
it's not on the team. Like, it's on one team.
I mean, but
So I have to have a game in hand on 5 teams.
At least the teams that you care about. At least talking about title race.
No, but
Arsenal
are we not caring about Newcastle? Are we not caring about Newcastle?
Not yet. What I did say about Newcastle is I said Newcastle's the real deal. If you're caring about them in terms of the top 4, 1,000%. For the title,
we have to care about them for the top 4.
We have to care about the top 4.
That's what I said. If you're caring about them, if you're caring about the top 4, then of course you've got to pay attention to Newcastle. On the title front, Newcastle, I think unfortunately they have to do a bit more for us to believe. Like City can do less, and we believe they're in the title race, whereas Newcastle have to do more. At the end of the day, because we haven't had nothing consistent or solid from Newcastle ever. Since we've been alive.
If they're trying to sign Scott McTominay, then
I said
that's false, man. I can't be right.
I said when I saw that, I said name your price.
Mate, after Sean Longstaff's performance against Fulham, no, we can't. They can't be looking at Scott McTominay. They can't.
I need them to.
Dogs. You just want 6'2" dogs in the midfield.
But no, do you know what? Newcastle.
You know what?
Newcastle are nice, man. Newcastle are nice.
That's Eddie Howe signing right there. That's Eddie Howe signing right there.
No, what's mad about Newcastle? Yeah, their best players ain't even really banged yet.
That's the thing, bro. St. Maximum's come off the bench.
St. Maximum ain't around. It's like just arrived back. Wilson's been injured. Like they really ain't final form yet.
And the thing is, they were lucky against Fulham.
I agree. Because can I give you another thing that's bent? So here's this referee as well. Yeah. Let's get because, ladies and gentlemen, I need someone to explain to me in this world that we live in today that Newcastle have a slippery pitch and the player for Fulham takes a penalty, he slips and he scores. The referee he kicks the ball twice. So the referee gives a free kick to Newcastle for what? Let the man retake the free kick. It's their bent pitch that's got them. That's made them hit it twice. He slips. How can it be a free kick to Fulham? Are we on drugs? Really? Because I watched that. I watched that referee give a goal free kick to in disbelief.
I thought. Do you know what the thing is? I thought it was a retake. I thought it's retake it again. But then when I saw Newcastle.
The commentator said he has to retake it. I'm thinking, okay, let him retake it. If he can't touch the ball twice, fine.
But
let him retake it.
But when it was a goal kick, I was like, I wasn't mad. I was like, oh, okay. Is that the rule?
How can you not be mad at that?
Bro,
Mitrovic.
I'm not gonna hear it.
Oscar, Mitrovic kicks the ball twice because he slips.
Yeah,
not because he's trying to bend the. Oh my, Oscar, you're a disgrace. You're a freaking disgrace. Because how can you back this?
Because if I slip and I tackle you, is it a free kick?
Yeah.
Since when does slipping absolve you of the rules?
But we're not talking about a tackle. Oh, hang on. How dare you bring a tackle to taking a penalty? Come on, Oscar, you're better than that.
This when you get to retake a penalty because you slipped.
Because the whole point is, listen, he even scored the penalty and he gets to retake it, right? He's at the disadvantage to take the penalty again on a pitch that is slippery. And when you see goalkeepers and defenders stomp the penalty area and things like that, it's to do things like this. So how Mitrovic is not at an advantage for retaking the penalty.
No, he is though, because he's got another chance to
Oh.
score.
Do you know why he's got the penalty? You know what, AD, if you got a penalty because you fouled in the penalty area,
Yeah.
that's not Mitrovic's fault.
Of course not. No.
Guys, it's not. They didn't let him take it again. They gave a goal kick to the Newcastle. I couldn't believe it.
If a player slipped in a penalty shootout, you think they should be able to retake that penalty?
Why not? Wait there, Oscar. When John Terry slipped, guess what they did? They counted the penalty. They counted it, meaning had he scored, they would have given him the goal.
Yeah,
exactly.
But he didn't kick the ball twice.
Sure, he kicked the ball twice by accident because of their pitch, not because of him. He wasn't trying to cheat.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Pete, where are we going next?
I'm lost for words.
Where better start?
Bad thing. Other than that, I was watching that Newcastle Fulham game, and I have to give props to Fulham, because they are the team that surprised me the most. I thought they're not going to do anything much this season, but they're comfortably in what, 5th, 6th place.
Put some respect on Marcus Silva's name. Put some respect on his name.
Fighting for European spots where Chelsea, Liverpool are sleeping right now. And I thought it should have got something out of this, but it's not the end. That's how I just thought. I was like, you let it get away from yourself. But yeah, it's just nothing much to move. Newcastle, it's annoying because they only got one match a week. And I don't know, once they get to Europe, can they continue this momentum? That's the only thing I'm interested in.
They can buy a squad, mate. Don't worry about Newcastle. They'll be fine. Yeah. Just look at Chelsea, mate. They can buy what they like. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but let's look at Chelsea now. Let's go into Chelsea because Arsenal have been robbed twice by them now. Number one, João Felix, and number two, the Ukrainian Messi, as I like to call him, MM1010. And yeah, I don't know what this Todd brother is on. I don't know what the strategy is. Is it just look around, see who other people are going for, and just grab them?
No.
Or and Oscar, you could chime in.
Come on.
No, but the thing is, it's like as the weeks have gone by, I'm like, is it really a plan? I don't know. Is Graham Potter involved in this? I don't know. I'm not saying he's fully involved. Yeah.
I would argue that's the more alarming thing that a Chelsea fan should look at is if Graham Potter is behind this stuff, he's outlining, he says, look, Todd, I need X, Y, and Z, or I need this position filled, I need that position filled, right? And Todd is going and doing his job, and whoever his workmen are, they're doing that job. Cool. Everybody's on the same train, on the same wavelength. I question that. I don't think, I'm from the outside looking in, I have no clue at what's going on at Chelsea, but I think Graham Potter is not the one approaching Todd Boehly for these transfers. I think Todd Boehly's coming to Potter saying, I think you could do with this, and we're going to sign him.
I think a lot has been made of Chelsea signing players that are linked to other clubs. I think it's really being overstated.
It's because it's true. That's why.
I think it's really being overstated. If you look at some of the transfers that are going on,
if it's true though, can it be overstated? Is that fair?
I mean, I don't think. Look, when Richarlison went to Tottenham, he was linked to other clubs. When Gabriel Jesus went to Arsenal, he was linked to other clubs.
Chelsea.
When Lisandro Martinez went to Manchester United, he was linked to other clubs. This idea that Chelsea are, only signing players that other clubs are linked to. When Chelsea, hold on, Chelsea have made multiple signings last summer and this window alone. Chelsea started a brand new centre back against Crystal Palace, who, as far as I know, no other Premier League team was linked to signing in Benoit Badiashile. So this, I get it. Chelsea hijacked the Mudryk deal. I 100% hear that, but
and João Felix still.
But did we hijack that João Felix?
I'm with Oscar. I think if you're gonna be going to the club with your chain out, put your money on the table, B. You get me?
on.
Just put your money on the table, B. Because the truth is, Mudryk is not an Arsenal player until he wears an Arsenal shirt. Like, he's a Shakhtar Donetsk player.
I hear that.
Listen, if you want the peas, if you got the peas, put the peas down. Let the player come.
All right, we're having the wrong argument. Oscar's fighting the wrong battle here. The battle I think that people are making about Chelsea is that, guess what? At the 11th hour, Chelsea turn up. It's not like Arsenal and Chelsea went head to head for this player from day one. And that's the thing. Yes, has it been overstated that Chelsea are buying everybody else's players? Yeah, sure, because they probably bought more than half of players that clubs weren't linked with, as Oscar stated. My point is, when it comes to the players that are linked to an Arsenal or a Manchester United or whoever, Chelsea come at the end and they're like, do you know what? We see what this player is after, and they sweep in, they put the money in, and they sweep it up.
And I think that's one of the best strategies you can have. So long as you have a plan with that player.
Is it a plan?
I hope. No, well, if you sign a man on an 8-year contract, then this is the question, because my bigger question to the Mudryk signing is, what happens to Raheem? That's my question.
Get gone. Chelsea needs
he's been your best player this season.
Clear out. Oh, okay. What does that mean? We're 10th.
Pierre, come on, man.
I was ridiculed at the start of the season when I said he would be their best player. And guess what, Ernest? He's their best player this season.
I don't think many people disagree.
Raheem Sterling is Chelsea's best player?
Ernest, I said when they signed him, when they signed him at the start of the season, name me the better one. Go on.
João Felix.
João Felix. Yeah.
João Felix did much more.
You don't want to have irrelevant conversations. Look, when Chelsea finished 10th under Mourinho, Willian was our best player. I was still saying get him gone. Yeah, it don't make no difference. Yeah, just get the guy out. Chelsea's biggest issue is not who we're signing. Our biggest issue is who we're getting rid of or who we're not trying to get rid of. We need a clear out of a bunch of dead wood that, quite frankly, have not been good enough for a very, very long time. And a lot of you lot have been saying they ain't been good enough. And it's taken a while for managers and the club and fans to actually come to that conclusion. A lot of them. And unfortunately, the attack that has been a burden for Frank Lampard, a burden for Thomas Tuchel, and is now a burden for Graham Potter. I'm sorry, there's a lot of these players that have to go. Aubameyang being one of them, Pulisic being another, Ziyech big up Assad. He dropped all the names as I'm reeling them off. Sterling, Havertz, Pulisic, Ziyech, Aubameyang. These guys need to go. These guys need to leave the club. And it is very fortunate that, Chelsea is, as you call us, the cash club, the oil-rich club, the whatever you want to call us. We are fortunate enough to have the money to just splash and bring in a Felix and bring in a Mudryk, and you can. It's a safe assumption to make that Chelsea are not done spending, especially in the summer. But I think my biggest concern with Chelsea is how Graham Potter is going to manage this hodgepodge of new players and new activity. Like you're saying, was he fully aware on the transfers? That's a big, big question that needs to be answered. Apparently, he was on the phone to Mudryk before we signed him, and he convinced him of the project and blah blah blah. But it's very clear that this guy was on the way to Arsenal, and Chelsea were not prepared to let that deal go without getting involved. Yeah.
No, the truth of the matter is, in that transfer situation, Arsenal had to back out. You can't spend money that you don't have, number one. And number two, you can't spend 90 million quid, 90 million euro, whatever it is, 95, I think we went to, and still lost the deal, right?
Can we speak on that for a second? Because when this deal went through, my first reaction is, how on earth, where are we in football that a player who has played 30 league games in the Ukrainian league,
30 senior games.
He's played more than that.
Count them.
No, because I counted all of his league appearances. There's about 20. There's about 20 appearances, but then he's also played in the Champions League as well. And then
I'm sorry. 6 extra games. I'm sorry. He's got 36 senior appearances.
I said the stats.
Oscar, that wasn't the dunk you thought it was.
I'm not trying to make a dunk. I said a fact. Peter said a lie.
Champions League is not that many games, my bro.
I said. Wait. Are you guys listening? I said he hasn't played 30 league games. Peter said he hasn't played 30 senior games. He has played 30 senior games. Like, come on. So my whole point is, how on earth this player is now worth upwards of 70 million pounds sterling, it's bewildering to me. Chelsea have just signed
It is the market.
But it's not
currently.
But honestly, it's not.
Okay.
And can I tell you why it's not? Can I tell you why it's not?
How many senior appearances do you think this player's played, guys?
32.
Okay, he's played more than that. He has played more than that. He's played 44 senior appearances in his career.
Wow.
When did his career start?
That's not the market.
Senior
That's
senior
the
level.
market.
His senior level
In
debut.
January, yeah.
His senior year debut, was 2018-19 off the bench in the National League Cups in Ukraine.
Huh?
You can't tell me what that tournament's called.
That was 4 years ago. Wait, what?
You can't tell me.
You heard me, Adrian. You heard me.
No,
4 years ago,
guys,
he got 44 games in 4 years.
No, but guys, well, both of you were willing to pay at least 95 million euros.
Yeah, outrageous.
That is the problem. So
Outrageous.
you can't get angry because both of your clubs were willing to pay at least 95 million euros. That's why I'm saying to you, Oscar, that is the market. If I have if I have a MacBook in the ends and I'm the only one in Northwest with a MacBook, and you tell me after I've told you I paid 2 bags for it, you told me you pay 4 bags. Why am I going to say no to 4 bags?
Look,
that's the market.
Of course.
You paid 100 million euros for a man that has played less games than how many men in the league? And you put him on a death row contract. You have now done what we did when we signed Anthony for 100 million euros. We have added to the market. That's my point. You can't say it's not the market when you pay the price you did. Said it was 70 million euros up front.
No, Ernest, what I'm saying is we're getting bumped. Yes, of course.
You bumped yourselves.
Exactly. It's
You
not the market.
You didn't get bumped. You bumped yourselves.
It's not the market. It's Chelsea. That's what I'm saying. It's not the market. Like you're saying, it's the market. Like Chelsea have no choice. I'm saying
you
allowed it.
You had a choice.
So it's not the market. Like for example,
the market are the ones selling. You're buying.
But they feel comfortable to sell at that price because they're
yeah. And until no one says yes, then they have the right to ask what they're asking for because they know at least 2 big clubs in England chasing their one guy. Yeah. One of them pulled out because of 5 million euros less, and the other one paid. They said we're going to give you 70 million up top.
I think, yeah, as well, Ernest. Though a lot of the money was up front from Chelsea's end, and the wages that Mudryk's got at Chelsea have eclipsed Arsenal's asking. Arsenal, I think, we're willing to pay 30 to 40 grand a week for him because he's a kid, he's a youth. But Chelsea, I think, are slapping in the north part of 100 grand.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm just saying that both of your clubs, regardless of wage structure, were willing to pay minimum 95 million euros. That is the problem. Mm-hmm. It's not Shakhtar. Yeah. Shakhtar are always gonna take the piss. You know why? You paid 100 million euros for Lukaku 1 year, and you paid 72 million for Pepe the other year. Yeah. You can't tell them that their price is too much because that's my point. The market dictates what's really good.
I think we agree, but I think when Chelsea were linked to Enzo Fernandez, there was a lot of talk about his price tag, and then this is a guy that won Young Player of the Year.
This is actually worse. This is worse.
Yeah, he won Young Player of the Year at the World Cup. Like, all right, Mudryk.
This is worse. His country is in turmoil. The other one just came from a World Cup.
Let's just talk about the person that Chelsea have signed. Yeah, I just asked me, why is Only Jesus my name? He has a tattoo on his neck that says Only Jesus. He has a tattoo here on his Adam's apple that says talent ain't enough. This kid
superstar.
He's different.
Robin, tell them about Marcus Rojo because he had pride and glory on each side. Listen.
Ernest, Rafael Leao has OTF tatted on his arm. Do you know what OTF stands for?
Is it Only the Fam?
Only the Fam. He has Lil Durk's crew tatted on his arm. He's from Italy.
Listen, if these are the type of man you better go for, hey, just that's how they gang members,
We got Arsenal. To Ernest's point, innit? Yeah. To Ernest's point, clubs are bumping themselves. Arsenal have got to never entertain conversations higher than 50, 60 million quid. You can't entertain these conversations. You're getting into territory that you're just like, oh my lord.
Also, Peter,
better work.
I heard, I saw a rumor from the Athletic that Arsenal are very interested in Declan Rice. He's apparently going to be a target for the summer. So I want to hear you guys talk about hijacking and all that when you sign him.
Yeah, because Chelsea will sign him. Chelsea will sign him on the deadline day. That was such a cheap shot that it actually is going to work against you because he's a Chelsea fan. Chelsea are linked with him. Chelsea want him, and when Arsenal agree an £80 million deal, Chelsea at the final hour again will still swoop in with 100 million.
Yeah, don't you think if you sign Rice that you don't really have a strategy? You're just buying players that are linked to other clubs. It's a bit scattergun, isn't it?
Well, no, because if they're linked up, wait,
that's just the nonsense I've had to listen
Wait, Oscar, you should be ashamed of yourself because we're talking about a player now that we've been linked to today in January that we're talking about in the summer.
Yeah,
not necessarily. Not Chelsea have a free agreed and accepted, and then Arsenal come and buy him at the end of the window. Yeah. The thing is, it's going to be the other way around. Arsenal will have agreed negotiations as they had with João Felix, as they had with Mudryk. And then, guess what? As they had with friggin' Tielemans, and then sign for the other club. So, what are we doing here? By the way, João Felix's performance, although it was short, phenomenal, right? Phenomenal performance, right? But now he's gonna only have a 5-month loan as opposed to a 6-month loan because that free match ban is healthy.
Hey, I was asking you, man, before the game. I was like, Felix, like, what can I expect?
Well, this guy, Oscar, you're an idiot, bro. I swear.
What's he gonna bring to the Chelsea? Yeah, this guy is head and shoulders above every Chelsea.
You're not allowed. Oscar, you're not allowed.
No, you're not allowed, Oscar. Oscar, you're not allowed.
Hey, Robinho,
you're not allowed.
Robinho,
you're not allowed.
Robinho, help allowed. No, Oscar, no.
Why
Oscar,
am I not allowed?
No. Because when I speak about João Felix,
faith was as little.
How many? I like faith as small as a mustard seed. This guy's faith was nothing.
Guys, first of all, you can go back to every message, every podcast I've ever mentioned João Felix. Yeah, I have never criticized the guy. I've never said he's not good. I've never said I don't rate him. You don't know me. I don't watch La Liga, so I'm not sitting here every week. I damn sure don't watch Benfica. I damn sure don't watch that league. So I'm not sitting here every week assessing him. So I always ask you guys, what is he? Even the day of when he came, Robin, I asked you, what is he good at? You told me, he's what do you say? He's not good at anything or something like that.
I said, what isn't he good at?
Yeah, what isn't he good at?
What isn't he good at?
Oscar, I've been raving João Felix for years.
João Felix is an incredible player, but when you describe João Felix, the things that people say are the things people said about Kai Havertz. Yeah, they just say, "Oh, great touch, silky, airy. He can move. He can play in the 10. He can play behind the striker. He can play the." And I'm just like, okay, who are you? What are you? But he's not Kai Havertz. Let's put it out.
Oscar, let's be very clear. This guy is a world-class talent. That's what I'm gonna say to you. He's phenomenal, and you paid 11 million euros for him for 6 months. That's how good he is. That's how freaking good he is.
I want us to reel back to the Kai Havertz segment of that conversation. So when you look at the talent level in your expert opinion for Oscar Majuzzi, do you think that João Felix is more of what you want from Kai Havertz, or you'd say something different?
Felix is better than Havertz.
He saw that after 60 minutes. Man.
Oh, okay.
60 minutes of football. Okay. Oscar, you didn't watch him at Old Trafford. You didn't watch him against Barcelona. You didn't watch him against PSG.
I watched those games at Old Trafford. Look, I watched those games at Old Trafford. You said to me before the tie, João Felix will single-handedly knock out Manchester United. I was like, he played well, but
he's Atleti's best player, isn't it? He was their best player, and yet they got rid. Cap?
Oh, as in like right now?
As in he's Atleti's best player.
I was when they won a league title, he wasn't even starting. I was surprised. No, this is facts. I'm not lying. These are facts. They won a league title. He wasn't starting. So this is why I didn't know. This is why I didn't know what was going on. I don't watch La Liga like you, man.
Listen. Sometimes you're the doubting Thomas. You have to see to believe.
He's a doubting Thomas until it comes to Kai Havertz. Yeah.
Talk to me, Ernest. Talk to me. What are we getting at?
Do you know how long it took me to convince Oscar Kai Havertz is not good for the price they paid?
No, but you see, Oscar, yeah, Oscar's got a blind spot, and I tell you what it is. It's a Frank Lampard signing, because whether at Chelsea or at Everton, go watch the behavior. Watch the behavior. Because remember this, right, guys? Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring you back. Yeah, do you remember when Timo Werner was signed for Chelsea? I remember Oscar. I used to be in the house where Oscar was watching comps of Werner scoring tap-ins for Leipzig, right? Then also I remember when what's his name, when Lampard went to Everton, I saw some signings that he made that I thought, holy smokes, is he digging his own grave? Oscar said, hang on a minute, he might work something. Deli freaking alley. Oh, I dare you. I freaking dare you. I freaking dare you. I dare you.
Yeah.
Listen.
I
It's a new year.
Deli Alley is going to be great under Lampard.
It's a new year. It's a new year. So repentance is always.
It's a new year. It should be a new you, but we don't know. We don't know.
Guys, everybody who's watched this podcast for years, and thank you for the support. Oscar's blind spot, Frank Lampard signings. Frank Lampard, period. That's his blind spot. Okay.
Frank Lampard, it can't be a blind spot. That's where I'm most awake. But I tell you. SW6 said, Oscar, it took 3 minutes to show levels to all the players in that team. Oscar, remember the remit, bring me ballers. I saw
SW6, the guy took the ball. There was one moment, Zhao takes the ball, first touch, then bang, he attacks the Fulham defenders. And all of a sudden we're saying they're like, yo, chalk and cheese from what Chelsea have done this season. I died laughing. I said, Zhao's actually good again.
Do you know the difference between chalk and cheese?
Different colours.
They're different activities.
I love the Paul Merson.
They're so different. Nah, man. But then, watching him get sent off. But anyway, just before we move on, serious conversation about Chelsea. A couple of weeks ago, I said to you, man, what I want from Graham Potter, after we had this horrible run.
GP.
We got Fulham, we got Palace, we got Liverpool next week, and then after that, we got Fulham again. I said from those 3 games, excluding Liverpool, excluding the big game, Palace, Fulham twice, I want to see a style of play. I want to see you implement something where the team can win, but show me where you want to take this team going forward. Even if the players are mediocre, at least show me, okay, this is how I want to play. This is how I want to move. And to be honest, I'll be brutally honest, guys, I weren't that impressed. We won yesterday against Palace. We created a few chances in the first half. Second half, it was looking shaky. Our best players were our centre-backs. Let's call it what it is. Yeah, Thiago Silva wins man of the match. The debut for Benoit Badiashile. Guy, Ernest, you're talking about, I don't care about height for centre backs. Me, I care. This brother is 6'4" and won every header. I need it.
Do you know who else is 6 foot plus?
Who's that?
Harry Maguire.
To be fair, he wins 4 headers.
Harry Maguire.
Harry gets his head on things. But honest, if I take you back
for
to
Manchester, his head is bloody massive.
If I take you back to the last time I heard that song, when Manchester Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 1-0 up, have to see out an easy 1-0 victory, but we're losing stupid set pieces and always getting dominated in the air. And it's happened multiple times this season. The same thing was on course to happen yesterday. Palace had about 5 free kicks in the last 5 minutes of this game with big black brothers just in the box. And luckily, we had one of our own who could clear the ball. So,
pause.
Wait, why did you mention him?
You man are bad. Wait, I'm talking football here, lads.
That was a wild comment. That was wild.
It wasn't even what you said. It was the passion in which you said it. Big black brothers in the box.
That alliteration, boy.
Hey, Lola's breezy.
No,
relax, man. What is going on? What is going on? Relax. Bro,
Hey, Lola's
you know
comment
what
is a
Palace
nah.
done?
You know what?
Palace
Lola,
done?
you get a red card.
Oh.
Lola gets a red card.
that is so wild. That is so wild.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
think on that note, we just need to leave Chelsea alone. SW6 says, "Hey yo."
Hey, can we move on to my favorite topic of every time I'm on Top 4 podcast? We all need to rub our hands like Birdman for this one.
Do you know why?
To speak on a certain German manager. Yeah.
Oh God.
That we have, like I said to them when City won the league last year, whole country loves this man and his team, and they don't want to criticize. Me, that's what I'm here for.
I was told losing to Brentford and losing to Brighton was mediocrity. That is what I was told. Okay. Let us talk.
What 90% of white men do in this country when they buy the Sun newspaper, and I read the headline. I didn't read anything else. Klopp, they asked Klopp, what about January signings? He said, signings? Is this the right time for signings? I said, God,
he didn't say that. You see, you just proved your point. He didn't say that.
Huh?
He never said is this the right time for signings. He said, he asked, do I have money? He said, where's the money?
Adrian, I don't know why you're coming here with facts. Because of this podcast, agenda must agenda.
He literally said he done a Sun newspaper thing. He literally just said that.
I know.
This is it.
This
is it. My favorite part of the show. Listen, what I saw Daniel, what do they call it? Not Pele, Wele.
That guy. That was what we call him. Goal of the week. Goal of the week.
That was goal of the week.
Yo, man did a gather. Man done a gather on Henry. I couldn't believe it. Back to Euro 96. Over the top.
Fam,
God.
we need to really have a conversation about Joe Gomez. And I say this as a fan because I was at the shop here and man was talking brazy on his name. I'm like, guys, let's not forget 2019 Joe Gomez.
I lie. I had to remind a Liverpool fan this. I had to remind a Liverpool fan about 2019 Joe Gomez.
The decline of Joe Gomez is only Dele Alli's is worse. Because, bro, this is nuts. He's not good. Bro, look at all the goals, all the big teams scored against us, against Liverpool. Look where he's been on the pitch every single time. Look where Joe Gomez is. Look at the Napoli game. Look at the Man United game. Look at the Arsenal game. Bro, I'm like, what happened to him? What happened to Joe Gomez, bro? He's
done his ACL like 3 times.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. That knee injury, that kills a player. I've watched it in Hector Bellerin.
He's finished.
And Theo Walcott. The thing is, is that I'm watching the first goals that Brighton was scoring. It was like, you remember Brendan Rodgers' defense, Liverpool? It was reminding me of that. I was like, is this a Klopp managed team? It doesn't look like Klopp, or maybe Klopp in his first years at Liverpool. But my God, something is not working. And I don't know why Klopp can't seem to snuff it out. I know we're talking about the midfielders. We'll talk about signings with Klopp and everything else with Liverpool, right? And you know my thoughts on the board. I think they're enough to disgrace. However, Klopp has to arrest these problems that's in front of him. You know what I'm saying? He has to arrest the situations that are right.
You're here now.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just one of those. I don't know. It's madness. Adrian, you have to talk to us. You got to talk to us why this is happening and what are Liverpool going to do to salvage the situation.
Bro, literally, I think I'm going to read from the same hymn sheet as last week. Liverpool, the intensity has completely been zapped from that side. Liverpool used to hunt and used to press like a pack of hyenas. This this fixture, a few years back, there's a goal opening like 2 minutes. Brighton, they tried this cute little sexy thing. They try to play out from the back. Are you crazy? Bobby Firmino's here. Literally sucks the life out of this team. And you know what it is? Funnily enough, right? This reverse fixture is probably where the alarm bells should have been ringing for every single Liverpool fan. Where they did the 3-3 against Brighton, when Trossard got a hat trick. Wherein I was seeing Van Dijk doing costly errors leading to goals. You should just park it there and say, hang on a minute, what the hell's going here? Honestly, Peter, I can't stand to watch this team. They're a pathetic bunch of losers. A lot of them. It's a disgrace, and I think what we're having is we're having, you know when in a classroom,
yeah,
there's 30 kids, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, well, she's being naughty because she's on her period. He's being naughty because he don't understand the work. He's being naughty because he's not even meant to be in the classroom, point blank periods. And it's like there's so many little fires to address that all of these individual players need interventions. Because Jordan Henderson, like, unfortunately, the ghost is up. Like, he's a captain, he's a leader, he's a legend, but he just can't do what he used to do even up to 2 years ago. The legs are gone, and the legs covered for a multitude of sins because he's never been the best technician on the planet. Yeah, I think he's been better than what a lot of people had to make out, but he's never been a Thiago Alcantara. The legs are gone, and it's like when I watch Henderson, it's like I'm watching him versus Croatia in 2018 every single game. And I've had enough. I think for Fabinho, I don't know. Sometimes it's like he's not even there. Thiago's making like 7 tackles a game. That's not what we signed him for.
Fabinho's decline has been my most like concerning because, bro, Fabinho was top 3 DMs in the world.
No, but then only did you blame him?
Quality.
He's playing 60 games a season.
Well, you see that, yeah. So I need to understand your question. Are you saying that you didn't improve the squad, therefore he has to play 60? Because from growing up, the best players in the world play 60.
True.
Yeah,
True,
but don't you think that Liverpool system was a high intensity midfield? Like it wasn't a regular.
But then if you're going to play that, because when we were telling Liverpool fans, your players are going to get tired, they said we were hating. So if you're going to play that, then you're going to have to adjust to the fact that they're not robots.
Yeah, but like he was one of the only ones that didn't get injured in that midfield. He was always.
I was gonna ask Adrian. It's like, what does Fabio Carvalho have to do to play? Because it seems like he's just lost faith in him.
I'm gonna be real, man. I'm gonna be 100% real, and it's the same. It's the same thing for Harvey Elliott. Their boys. Their boys been asked to do a man's job, and their boys been asked to do a man's job in a way that's different to how they've played throughout their career. You know what's funny? You remember, Oscar? You remember the Carabao Cup final where obviously Liverpool and Chelsea players were having like a little dust up, a little tear up.
Yeah.
I see Harvey Elliott step to Rudiger. And that goal from stature, it sort of dawned on me. It was like, hang on a minute. Is he physically? Is he what we need in the centre of the park? Are we asking him to do a different thing? And I think it's the same thing with Fabio Carvalho. Amazing player, or amazing talent, shall I say? But I just don't think the pathway is there for him. Like, he's not explosive enough to be a winger, I don't think. I think his best bet is to be playing centrally. And I think he's probably lost a bit of confidence because when he is on the wing, like, he's dead, if I'm being honest. Not his fault, but
that's his fault. Yeah, that's the thing. To Ernest's question and to Ernest's point, rather, when we said that Liverpool get tired, people said that they will be hating. But the truth of the matter is this. 2 things. I think one of two. I don't think the relationship between Klopp and the players have gone down, but I definitely do think that the players are not doing as the manager is saying. Although playing at that intensity, you need a bigger squad, and therefore the board haven't backed him, and therefore they ain't got the players. With the list, we can be here all day long, roundabout after roundabout. The truth is, this Liverpool situation could explode, and that is going to be down to the board solely. They have to arrest the situation. They've got to give this man money.
120%.
They've got to give this man money to go and buy 2 Fabinhos and 2 whatever else the case may be, so that Liverpool can continue in the fashion of football that they do play in without it having consequences. It's not fair.
I will say, but do you think there's some situations so far in Liverpool season 4 that hasn't been Klopp's fault?
That hasn't been Klopp's fault, did you say?
That has been Klopp's fault.
So, okay, so here's the problem. Now, what I will say is this. Klopp, for example, has to adapt to a degree, yeah? He has to adapt to the situation that he's been handed. The funny thing is, though, managers don't adapt. They have their way, and this is how it's going to happen. I cannot now start changing my methods, because really and truly, to solve the situation, if Liverpool approach games differently, Liverpool will get 3 points. But the problem is that if he starts to now teach a new system, a new way of trying to get 3 points at Brighton, for example, by playing a bit differently, we're not going to go as hungry and go sort of hell for leather as we used to. We're going to invite a bit of pressure in. We're going to start picking out holes in teams' midfield and defense. You're changing like an entire philosophy. Is not, I don't know if that's the word, but you're changing an entire style of play, whereby now Liverpool are adapting to something new, and the top quality players will shine, but some won't all be on the same race. The problem is, he at fault for stuff? I mean, Adrian, you have to tell me here. Is he fielding the wrong teams? Is his 11s bad? Is the formation bad? What is it like? What's going on? I don't really know, Robin. To be fair, from what I'm seeing, I'm saying no. But I think the only thing that he's doing wrong, I think, is that he's not putting his board under enough pressure. Because if he doesn't, it's going to cost him his job. That's the truth of the matter. If he doesn't,
I think Klopp should walk. He's done magic. Listen. Yeah. I laugh at Liverpool every chance I get, but let's have it right.
No, I agree.
Klopp has done magic at this club, bro.
Ernest, since he's like the leader of the Labour Party, right? And he's a massive socialist. If he has any wit about him, for sure.
What? Drug and COVID?
Ernest. I'll make a compilation for you, my friend. This man he's. I
was asking for grants. That's how socialist he was sounding. The right man, an open letter.
This guy goes to Grenfell every year. Listen, the thing what I'm saying is, Klopp, in the situation that he has dealt with, he should walk. He has every right to walk. Every right to walk, because that board have let him down.
However, I will say that I think Liverpool have been bought.
You think so?
What the Qatar thing?
Because United's one is going to be announced between now and first quarter of 2023, which means that end of March, early April, we will know who's bought Man United. Liverpool's announcement was done before us, easily a month before. I think Football Club has been bought. I think the same reason we can't spend money is the same reason they can't spend money this January.
Ernest, no. But the thing is, don't forget, Liverpool have never been given money. Liverpool have always had to make money themselves to then spend that money that they've made. That's the difference.
They did, but they bought Gakpo. They did buy Gakpo. Let's not forget that.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Robin, we only had 26 million to spend.
30 or 40 million quid is like it's like peeing in a pond. It doesn't move the needle anymore.
In today's market,
let's be very clear, guys. People like Arsenal who have not been in the Champions League for like 5 years, were spending 150 million a summer. You know what I'm saying? Since Wenger went, 150 million a summer. Never. Liverpool weren't spending 150 million net, were they? They never were. They had to go and they got a bargain off that Coutinho money. Yes, they got and went and spent it elsewhere.
That's the heist of the century.
But the thing is, the heist of the century for sure.
Best Barcelona over a barrel, honestly.
It's up there with Cucurella and Chelsea. The thing is that if Chelsea,
I'll a random stray. I'll a random stray.
Man were like, oh yeah, but he can play left centre back to try and justify 60 mil. I said, okay.
All right. All right.
Have you man seen SW's question?
So I think this is an unfair comment only because of the money side of things. I think you give man the dough, I think Klopp will be phenomenal. He will build 2-3 sides, no problem. Look, but guys, this guy, bro, Klopp has not got any.
I don't think
P,
people understand. Yeah,
it's a job seekers.
Just like what Oscar was talking about with Mudryk. I don't think people understand how much Pep's profile and his system of government, has changed the game. Guys, he's changed football financially and he's changed football on the pitch. Because now De Zerbi can come into Brighton and we can see elite level football from players some of us have never heard of. Yeah. But on the financial side, you can't compete, bro. If you don't, you cannot compete. You can't. This is why Todd Bowley said, give me the AK. I'm spraying the that's all it is. Because you can't compete. That's just the truth. So SW6, to your question, the Greats could build a second side within the context that they were in. I'm so sorry. Yeah. If you're trying to win the league, you got to spend cash. Now you have more than 05 with Roman. Now you absolutely have to spend.
Do you know what? And here's the thing. Roman came into the country and said, yo, one team went a year without losing and the other one's called Manchester United. I have no choice but to throw everything at this situation. I better throw the kitchen sink. And the thing is, as I kept saying for years, Klopp has gone against Manchester City year in, year out. And Chelsea haven't woken up, haven't even arrived at this party. When Chelsea normally do arrive at the party every now and again. We haven't seen that wave yet since Conte, right? So they have to give this man the money. But the thing is, Liverpool might be broke, and it is what it is, right? If they've got no money, then fine, they've got no money. But then you need new owners because the owners are having a laugh. They're having a bubble bath. And yet he pulled, you want to talk about a miracle, Conte? You want to talk about a miracle? Klopp winning the Champions League and the League of Liverpool is water wine business.
Jordan Henderson lifted the Champions League trophy, and not enough people are talking about it. Not enough. This guy was on the Champions League advert for 12 months until the next person won it. People are not talking about that enough. Jordan Henderson was one of the worst players I've seen in a long time, made the FIFA cover, and all of a sudden, he improved to become one of the most important players in Liverpool's football history because he will be talked about in 20, 30 years' time. He will be spoken about that. And you know who that's because of? Jurgen Norbert Klopp.
Ernest.
He's the best captain Adrian's ever seen.
Facts.
And yet,
facts.
Give him that because you know he's getting at. He's trying to slap my man with a cold wet fish.
And the thing is as well, I listen to 606 and whatever else it is going home from a football game. People are calling for Klopp's head. They're calling for Klopp's head. I said, you lot need to hit your head on a wall because you lot are mental. You lot are absolutely mental. Anyway, and the thing is, Klopp was what, a whisker away from 3 or 4 different trophies? Jesus, come on.
12 months ago.
SW6 says Liverpool should have won a major trophy last year. I was saying it, man. Endo said respect Stevie G about best captain. Hendo's won it all.
Man want to do sentiment politics when the facts are there. The guy has won every trophy.
By the way, also Liverpool are having this problem that Spurs are having at the moment. Yeah, say what you want about your managers, whether you're Klopp or Conte, whoever. When the tide is high, do we see any players changing the situation? No. We have to look at those players as well. They don't get away scot-free in this, by the way. Liverpool players do not get away with this because you can't go to Brighton and get pumped. You can't be losing to the likes of somebody that reeled out the list of names that they lost to this season, right? You've got to address the situation. So Henderson, if you are the captain or whoever's the captain on the day, you need to go and manage the situation yourself as well. So the 2 people I blame, number 1 is the board by a landslide. But then the players, you have to show yourself worthy. Give me some integrity. Play for the shirt. Play for the fans. Do something.
The freaking badge.
Play for the badge.
Oh, I'll tell you what, give me the shirt. Because your technical level's higher than mine, your physical level's higher than mine. Fine, I'll bleed my last drop of blood to win. That's what I'll do.
AD,
I'll
bro.
give it back. Give me 10 minutes. Give me just 10 minutes in front of the cop. Just 10.
Hey, man, you lot don't understand. Yeah, I felt that AD speech right there because there's no one more passionate than put me in the North Bank. I tell you now, but more than all of them.
I ain't even go lie.
More than all of them.
More than you know. More than you
believe. Listen, AD, what you just said there, I tell you right now, there's not one from Hayland, not one from Coney, not one from anywhere in the world has got it bad like I have it. Because I will, mate. You know what I'd have done to that fan that kicked Ramsdale in the back? And bear in mind I was a goalie, yeah? Oh, what? Muay Thai kicked you, face. Are you dumb? But yeah, no, I hear you, AD. I hear you. All right, guys, we've gone on 2 hours. We need to wrap things up. Before we do, Everton Football Club, West Ham United, they're facing each other next, right? The biggest game of the relegation zone this season. It's the biggest. Everton versus West Ham United. Guys, the thing is, the Everton board couldn't turn up to Goodison this week because they were warned by police not to arrive.
They were accosted.
When you can't turn up to your own ground, yeah? When you can't turn up to your own ground. AD, this is your favorite subject. Everton Football Club.
Hey, brother. The female CEO or whoever in a master lock. Nah, them scousers. And did you see them? Did you see what they done to Yerry Mina? Bear in mind, they don't know. Yerry Mina grew up in Bogota or Medellin.
Did you see what Yerry Mina said?
No, wasn't. Do you know where you grew up, Ernest?
Ernest, they got the wrong brother. They got the wrong brother.
Because he said lad 50 times. Hey, lad. You think that moved him?
Yerry Mina, he
You see people get shot in front of his face.
Yerry Mina said, "I will die for this club." Brother, you played at the new camp. You played for Barcelona. You're gonna die for Everton. What?
And Oscar, let's get this right. If they go down, he's moving.
That's what they said to him. They're like, if we go down, are you gonna stay? Are you gonna stay? And he was like, "I will die for this club."
on a Lloyd Remington.
On a Lloyd Remington.
Hey,
no, Mandem.
I love scenes like absolute pandemonium because I knew, I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was watching the Liverpool game. I got a notification. It said 2-1 Southampton. I said, "No, Goodison was gonna go off."
Oscar, you know it. Oscar, when I saw that, I swear to you, I went on Gillette Soccer Saturday straight away because I said I know they're gonna do a post match. You know when they do the rounds and it's final whistle and the full time whistle goes at Goodison Park, bro. They stayed at Goodison Park for about 15 minutes to take it in. These fans,
chorus of booze.
And the thing is, the board weren't there, and they were just booing. They were booing the whole stadium. They booed the whole of Liverpool.
That was nuclear heat.
Oh, it was horrid. Horrid stuff. But it's their fault though, because they fouled Southampton in a Ward-Prowse zone. What are you doing?
Honestly, guys. No, the thing is, it's all Everton's fault anyway. If they go down, they deserve to get relegated. It's all their fault.
Did you not hear Adrian? He said it was nuclear heat.
Brother, it's when Hulk Hogan turned his back on the Macho Man in '97. Is he the third man? Mashiri's the third, but hey, Mashiri is scandalous, bro. Anyway, we've read the list out how many times on this podcast?
Can I tell you about Mashiri? Do you know he was Usmanov's driver at Arsenal? He was Usmanov's driver, for goodness sake. He's running Everton Football Club.
My question. Why did they put the lady in the headlock? What was that going to achieve? What was going to come from the headlock?
Nah, man them. Do you know why, Oscar? Do you know why that fan put them in the headlock, bro? Because that fan has had to go to Goodison every week and watch the signings that they have made every single season, every single summer. And he's had to watch the dross that they put out.
Where's Everton Fan TV? I need to watch that.
There's
Toffee TV.
Toffee TV.
Toffee TV must be lit.
I don't want social media stars. I want Everton fans.
I want the guy from, like, you know what I'm saying?
Rockstar.
Oh yeah, Crocs. Oh, definitely. Hey mate, listen, I need it all, bro, because
He's got no wife, no kids, no job. The only reason he's waking up is Everton Football Club. He will tell me about Dixie Dean. Dixie Dean scored like 69 goals in a season in like 1942. I need it.
And the thing is, Everton Football Club, man, that's one of my favorite grounds to go to, man. It is one of those places where Adrian, they've got nothing else to live for in life but Everton Football Club. Let me tell you, that is
something. You see, people like that is what separates football from every other sport.
Yes,
like, you don't have that anywhere else.
You're never getting that in rugby. I can assure you. I don't give a damn how manly rugby is. You ain't getting that there. But yeah, no, guys, it is scenes at Everton right now. Like, and guys, this weekend, I don't know who's at home. I need to find out. But this week, guys, Everton versus West Ham. Because by the way, West Ham United are another team of fans.
That's another one.
They are on fire, right? When they clash this weekend, I tell you now, is it on Sky Sport? It's got to be on TV for the banter, bro. It's got to be on TV. It's not. It's a 3:00 kickoff at West Ham. You know, we're gonna find another fan in the middle of the pitch with a corner flag. I swear to you, bro. They're giving us Paris Newcastle at 5:30.
At the end of the inevitable defeat, when Lampard tries to walk himself to the Everton fans to say thank you, they're going to be throwing all kinds of coins.
No, Oscar. The difference is that the Everton fans actually love him. They actually kind of back him.
I don't get it. It's tapped to me because under Chelsea, I understand. You understand why we love Frank Lampard. Why do these men love Lampard?
No, do you know what it is? Can I give an example? Except unless there's any Evertonians in the comment section, right? Here's the truth of the matter, Oscar. I think they've said, you know what? It's now is not the time to discuss the manager anymore. We've gone through 8, 9. They said they've changed 9 managers in the last 10 years. We've gone through that many. At some point, we have to look away from this manager, even if it is Rafa Benitez or it's friggin' Marco Silva or it's Ronald Koeman. Whoever the case may be, they've just said, you know what? No. Let's look at the one constant that is here every single year. They've had enough, Oscar. They've just said, look, we're going to back the manager. But the thing is, what's funny is Mashuri's spent the money. The people are blowing this money. They're spending it on dross. And then they've got managers that can't, work out a team. Oh, man, that is...
And they're giving out life because Nathan Jones should be on the chopping block too.
Well, 3 wins in a row for Nathan Jones. They're on the up. The Saints are going up. Don't you know, going up. The Saints are going up. Anyway, see. Oh God, that booing was on for. Let me tell you, Gillette Soccer Saturday stayed at Goodison for about 15 minutes, bro. Normally they just pan to quick grounds quickly. Full time at Newcastle, full time at Wolves. Everton, they stayed, and I endured and watched the booing of the Sench. Anyway, guys, your goal of the week, please.
That guy. 100%.
Danny Gascoigne Welbeck, yeah.
That goal was saucy.
I was wondering what goal it reminded me of, but it was that one. Yeah,
it's Gascoigne on Henry, bro.
Right, to the left. Are you dumb?
No, but he hit it with the right, which is the only thing that was a bit.
Oh, did he?
He flicks it with the right, and then he scores it with the right, very awkwardly. And I thought, oh, come on, mate, just use your left, Danny. You would have looked lush.
What Matrix is Adrian?
Matrix.
Yeah, Pete. Next.
Oh, okay. Strauss, quick.
They know.
Nice. Player of the week.
Player of the week.
Can I give it to Aaron Ramsdale, please? Because he had a phenomenal performance at the toilet bowl.
Yeah, just get off it, all right?
I can't. If you win 2-0 at the bowl.
Player of the week, Solly Marsh.
Oh, exactly.
Solly Marsh.
Oh, he's marching. He is marching on, my friends. Let's get a vote in quickly.
Solly Marsh.
I got Ramsdale. You're saying Solly Marsh. Ernest?
Endo says
Solly Marsh. Honorable mention, Luke Shaw.
Fair dues. Okay. That is the player of the week. Is Solly Marsh. What is it? What's left? Team of the week.
A clean sweep for Brighton, you know.
Oh, is that what we're saying?
Brian, yeah.
A clean sweep, you know.
What? The Arsenal FC can't get a mensch?
Oh,
No.
No way.
No, because when goalkeepers
No,
are
this is
balls
Oscar's
into the net,
argument to when people say like City when City are on form and it's like, oh, City are not a team of the week this week because they've been all season. So you have to pick from the minnows them. You get me?
I'd be more inclined to go Man United than Arsenal.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Pete, it's not the same. Come on, Pete, it's not the same.
Wait there. We go there and we boss this team, clean them out. We got
we're not supposed to beat Man City.
SW6 agrees.
You're supposed to beat Tottenham.
We ain't beat them in 9 years.
Yeah,
wait,
but
9 years.
You beat them more regularly. You beat them more regularly at home than we beat City at home.
I'm sorry. When was the last time you look? It's you and City though. You man, sometimes you always throw a little banana skin every now and again. You give
not OT.
A little blip.
No,
you beat them 2-0 still.
No, OT is. I'm saying it's not regular.
Oh, I'm sorry. Arsenal's form this season
likely
is
to beat them
regular.
at the Etihad than to beat them at OT.
yeah.
Guys, look at how we're playing. We outplayed Tottenham.
Listen.
You had a great first.
Yeah,
half.
but you can't. Yeah, but you. Nah.
And I guess Brighton as well will have a quick.
Literally throwing the ball in the net.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally throwing the ball in the net. Wowza.
Yeah, I'm going Brighton, man.
All right, I'm going Arsenal. Robinho.
Brighton, the Seagulls.
Brighton.
Wow.
Yeah, and Endo said when it came to goal of the week, we forgot about James Ward-Prowse free kick.
No. First of all,
It wasn't even. Yeah, exactly.
No.
Like the free kick didn't even go in the corner. Like,
guys, you know the pace. Do you remember when
it wasn't a normal Ward-Prowse free kick. It wasn't normal.
Guys, he tapped it. You know when you're in your house and you want to put the ball in the top corner from your house, you don't smash it. You just place it. That's what he did. He just flicked it over the wall. The wall was a disgrace. The wall was an absolute disgrace. Anyway,
did you see Pickford's reaction to the free kick being given?
No,
he lost it. He started kicking the post. He knew he'd scored straight away.
He's probably scored the most goals against him in terms of the free kicks.
Yeah,
Sunderland, Everton. He's had a bundle. Okay, so that's that then. Who's not that guy this week, guys?
Oh, I swear.
The fan at Spurs that kicked Ramsdale in the back.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Like he actually kicked him in the back. What an idiot.
Hugo Lloris is not that guy.
Oh, Hugo Lloris.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Lloris.
Yeah.
Do you know where the word howler came from? When they talk about it in football, it was for moments like that. It was Massimo Taibbi at Old Trafford. Yeah, that was in there. That Lloris mistake is up there by far. Yeah.
Endo says Arsenal are not that guy for missing out.
Oh, come on, really? We're gonna go toe to toe with Chelsea with some fees? Nah, man, allow it. Like,
you know what makes me laugh is that I know the wages were significant, yeah, but it's funny because it was 5 million euros less. I think it's hilarious.
No,
yeah,
I think it's funny.
Guys, do you know what absolutely finished me on this? Yeah, if you watched Arsenal fan TV, they were saying, let's get Felix and Mudryk in by the Tottenham game.
Hey, I've not seen hating and saltiness from Arsenal like this in a long time. Man was looking at Mudryk's picture and saying, "Bro, he doesn't even look happy." I said, "You man are salty."
No, but Ernest, what? No Chelsea kid?
Oh, don't do this, man.
Man raps. Nah, I saw a Ukrainian flag, guys. I saw the
unless
it was a Chelsea kit
with the Chelsea kit underneath, and then he opened up the flag.
Don't know, man. Unless it was the Chelsea kit of when you used to wear that yellow kit at home back in like 98. I'm having it.
Peter's one of them. Peter's
a hater. I had the same thing. Like I went into work today.
Hey.
Arsenal fans in the office running the same narrative. That's it.
Mate, I'm gonna be booing him when he comes to the Emirates, bro. Rago.
That's
He's
fine.
Booed out of the building.
He twerked. He
Yo,
twerks.
he spread, like literally.
If
And
he
then
scores at the
he's
Emirates,
married to someone
he
else.
won't celebrate. If he scores at the Emirates, he won't celebrate. He'll do one of these.
Like he's got 100
I
caps.
dare him to do it.
Like he's got 100 caps for the Gunners.
Yeah, man. Endo said that man were praying his Insta daily, making comps for him to end up with.
Facts.
No, guys. Every day we've got a Mudryk story update. I've never watched this guy play. I know 4 of his stories. Why?
You know what we're like. You know what Arsenal fans are like when there's a player link, lad. We even follow the fact. We even see what kind of clouds they're under to specify if the players come into the club or not. That's how we go. Anyway,
you know what? Nobody knew where he was going. Only Jesus.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah. Anyway, not that guy's that Tottenham fan that kicked Ramsdale in the back. I think that's just a funny line. Even when I say it, I just start laughing. Okay, next week, guys, there's big football. There's a lot of football going on this week. We're going to kick things off. I think is that Thursday night football?
There's an FA Cup replay. There's an FA Cup replay.
What, Wolves and Liverpool, isn't it? Wolves and Liverpool.
Hey, when?
Tomorrow.
Oh, let's have it. Football every day. Let's go.
Every day, yeah. And then on Wednesday, I think do we think Liverpool are going to go through or Wolves are going to do it? It's at Molyneux, isn't it?
Yes, at Molyneux.
All right, guys, talk about Julian Lopetegui, man. Come on, my guy. Come on. He's the man. He's the man. Yeah, anyway. Who do we think is going through on that one? Very quickly.
Wolves.
Ooh.
Wolves.
Oh, it's a full house. Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wednesday night, Crystal Palace take on Manchester United. Hola. You're away, by the way. You're not at home. You're away at the Palace.
Well, it's come to London twice. Oh, this is long.
Guys, I've told you, man, for weeks. Palace are the biggest pretenders, bro. United win.
What, are they fake thugs?
Yeah. I don't know why you said thugs. Seems a bit racially motivated that you said that word.
Why racial? Whoa.
I just think they're pretenders. I just think they're pretenders, man.
That's what I thought a fake thug is, isn't it? They're a pretender. That's why I said it.
I was a thug. Could have been fake anything. Could have been fake footballer. How about that?
I mean, they play football though. They play football professionally,
bro.
Like what?
Tell that man to step up the goals.
I big up man like Endo, bro. Big up Endo, man. You're the guy, bro. Trust me. Okay, Manchester United away at Palace. Come on, that's a Peter Barnes, you know.
United win.
Is it a United win? You don't think the Palace? By the way, it will be like -3 in this game. The cold weather's like are back, lads. Yeah, lads and ladettes. The cold weather is back. Can Wan-Bissaka, you know what I'm saying? Can he wear the gloves and a t-shirt at the same time at Selhurst? I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I'm just saying, can the man please not get yellow cards? Thank you.
Listen, I don't want a full strength Man United. I want a decrepit Man United side on Sunday. Let's go for a Palace home win. Come on, let's go for it. I need your confidence knocked ahead of our game on the weekend. Oscar, what are you saying? United or Palace?
Bloody, I've said
United.
He said United there. Yeah, United.
Ernest?
Going once, going twice. Sold.
And sold. Okay. Saturday, 12:30 kickoff. It's Liverpool at home to Chelsea at Anfield.
Oh, 6-pointer. It's a 6-pointer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go for a draw. Both teams are in horrible form. Yeah, I'll go for a draw.
It's actually the worst top clash, isn't it? It's the worst one, isn't it? Chelsea, Liverpool. Or is it Man United, Chelsea? One of those two is the worst.
Man United, Chelsea. I hate United, Chelsea.
We could get popped, though. No lie.
I think Liverpool are going to win, you know. They're at home.
Big game. We're just a bad team. Like.
And you're a bad team.
I think Chelsea win, you know.
I think Chelsea win. I was going to say.
If we had Felix, I would believe we could beat them on the counter. I don't believe any game plan that we have going into this game.
Mudryk will play, though. Mudryk will look like Charles Felix part 2, innit? He might just come on and burst in the scene again.
I think he's gonna be average. Like I can't.
Nah, he's not gonna be average, man. Allow it.
Have you watched him, Peter?
Yeah, I mean, I saw him do a little thing against Madrid. He did a little thing. All right, I'm getting Liverpool home win. Any other game that's important? Obviously, West.
The memes are gonna be crazy.
The other big games, I'll say West Ham at home to Everton. This is the 3 o'clock kickoff. It's big, man. It's a big relegation scrap. Massive. West Ham win.
I think Moisey will do something here.
Moise,
if he loses, he's gone. He's a goner.
Everton have got nothing.
He's a goner if they lose.
Like at least Moyes could have a bit of individual brilliance, can bail him out. Like Everton ain't got nothing.
Do you not want to be angry with me for a split second? On Saturday, the 5:30 kickoff is Crystal Palace at home to Newcastle United. That's what's on TV. We could have had Leicester Brighton. We could have had
losing again.
We could have had West Ham Everton.
Palace are losing again.
Anyway, right. Let's get to it because Endo has mentioned it. On Sunday, the biggest game to talk about, Arsenal, Manchester United at the Emirati. What are you, man, telling me?
If the man don't get fouled, or get suspended, I think it's a draw.
And if they do,
then Arsenal win.
So you don't see any United.
We only have a 15-man squad.
You don't
see the key players, but the key players are the ones that's on the most trouble. So if we lose Casemiro, that's it. For example,
Oscar,
Arsenal win.
Ernest,
Arsenal win.
And I will add to that, it's the Arsenal FC are going to win that one. 3-0 to the Arsenal, yeah? 3-0. And on the Monday Night Football, when we're back on the podcast, Fulham are at home to Spurs. Guys, this could implode. This could really implode.
Oh, come on, Fulham.
Yes, man. What are we saying? I'm saying Fulham home win.
I'm saying the Fulham home win.
Fulham home win.
Oscar's at full house.
Draw.
Oscar's at a draw. All right, draw. Guys, thank you very much indeed. Oscar, just want to read those last comments before I wrap it up.
Which one? Yeah, Endo says Fulham.
What's SW6 just said?
2-1. I want Man United to win for the drama, but in reality, Arsenal's going to get them out of there.
But that's what they said last time.
Last time. I just hope Arsenal's form of home form continues. You know, we ain't lost at home since.
Yeah, Arsenal at the Emirates. It's not a joke, you know.
I have to go back far to find our defeat at the Emirates. It'll nearly be a year, I think. Anyway, guys, that wraps up this week's top four. Guys, Spurs have City away midweek. Conte could be gone. I didn't even mention that, did I? When is that? That?
Yeah, they have City midweek. That's their game in hand, I believe.
Oh, of course, I totally forgot about that. City at home to Spurs. Jesus of Nazareth. What are we saying? City home win, surely.
Spurs will get slapped.
I think I might have to use I can't even use a triple captain because it's a double week.
It's already gone.
Yeah.
There we are.
I think Haaland scores a hat-trick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. I enjoy that still.
We didn't get that traditional post-match Conte interview after the Arsenal game. It's coming though. It's Man City's next, and then was it Fulham away? It's coming. This is where he's going to blow the top off. Yes. Yeah, full house. Guys, that wraps up this week's Top 4 podcast. Thank you very much for joining us, as you always do every single week, every single Monday, 8 p.m. Make sure you follow us on the Twitter, on the Instagram, on SoundCloud. We're on iTunes, Spotify, and of course, YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Top 4 Podcast. With that, people, we will see you next week. Peace. Little more.